And you're welcome to the Happy Morning Show, 25th day in the month of January 2022. Yamaya Huakwaba about Jimmy so and I'm hoping to pay a sorry no when you're going to Dumunti, you're holding when you're going to Dumunti, you're to Posse Airport. Okay, you are doing not in my Ghana up and into my part of your flat. Then you know, I'm time make high or man for say, well, my Ghana see a car government now. Okay, home, make a home, will be a home. Most of the time, they are near the inside. A buy more and for so say a minister, stay a year state agency, be CEO, and not say even a company. But it's you and I who go to the polling station and yeah, dear, a good team so on a cassia or man penny, your cassia a year members of parliament and a woman bomo, and more message room. I see a 2 bunny, I see 40 year arms, not see a year in higher. Minia, no minor, I'm more energy. And I pray. The bomb pies of Whoopino would show to myself, okay, my ding, I'm on my Ghana, African. Now I club here, now I can see it, now I from. And my party some ain't do any kind. Some MPP, some NDC, some CPP, some PNC, any political affiliation, Biano, and man do any kind, then Cassame party in tea, Sadian and Quayim Pa, make us a quay, Baby. You know, my Ghana who can. And some arguing political party or party no ebeko CPP at some point in time and then one more here and so many think about your nation first. Maybe I will crobiano. You need CPP retired Victor Tano Bedim Como or the road safety tidbits na every brand maybe I every home modern identity ma adoba for import ya it bicycle so yeah now from your G entity free ACP home in fact road safety and some near I was here near any see our kwaso or the wanted to ebe near Jembe the book alternative assembly at the abroad at the 4 and near for na at the sports update so I can at the abroad man for Nina and could have me a chance in you didn't come near 2 and suffer you say views or thoughts and some na a show boy by so can Nina to the good WhatsApp so never brain I was 0202222067 near no ending kita the other Sunday biano the show boss say you making kind at the amount for Facebook Twitter maybe a table el honum uka what share a year happy 989 FM and I say ETV Ghana minia na after comment be about the baby and so after Eddie Guasie a good morning a happy birthday the phobia and impo ordinary order na person channel na for Facebook eba mejem ben mark kan nyina at the ama at the 4 and the bombardier answer so comment no the air brain na after what share link no a platform say WhatsApp say Telegram say baby a obi ano or the Egugusu ama send your phone to who the air crosswalk or Jumedi air crosswalk or Nisim 95.9 and 100.1 Bogatanga and Tamale and the Nkrumah kwatwa hwehye nyina no wo mo 8 or sa platform see so and Krahade happy 98.9 FM and ETV Ghana online and so betimi follow e wo honom na onso de ekoso bia no onso wetimi follow bidin e de Samuel share wo hweme tira kwa Facebook Twitter Instagram me handle no Samuel Ishen GH Ishen no spell no ESHUN and to betimi follow e wo honom na wala like me a me smell like you back follow me a me follow back ni nyina no ya hwabum na bibia afonka Samuel de ye ne ACP retired Victor Tando ending komo some media any ACP retired Victor Tando ebedin komo no the road safety tidbit na aben ACP na pension mo akwaba
major so this year
yo and pension de minim say impomboko
ya mentade
yo
you tell me this most mo yesa
nyama de kokomi kakra ja
hallelujah
yo
yo it's my form of happy FM mamunyina ache mamoni yo en moduma pa modi simoni so modi e de boa moment odu fo jan ko so ran kam ko so nti denim so entram e ke for moti medi and pay mamunyina ache mamachi adishi e mo be say medi kesi so happy FM 90.9 and pay any idea be ma sami e shown na ti ejomo o my body ti do mo bi ene Gilbert Isaac Adey, Sefadankwa, Justice Nati, Raymond Nyamato, Ewa Tisaibu Ali, Pastor Thomas, Kwame K, and now Director John Kuma. Example, the eminence on ye din ye. On ye din ye, on ye din ye, since I'm a principal day, but one man patching me as well, or dim to tea and night to tea and sa. I did back where I say, kindly, when you say, you need the any papa be, there be a yatum. And then I'm a task stress, I say, I don't dear, and any dear council. Me any retired principal from in church and one to pay. So by his grace, we are alive. Not to Marakwa, not to Arakwa, and that's so editing in common. That means here I'm intending for a crap. Penny Boachapia, when I would have retired principal in opening, salute you this morning. Good morning, I mean, count. The secretary, church for Ura Uncle, or no, he teacher, and Mamuna Ache, I mean, count, Papa. Assistant Secretary, Ura Bampo, and Jankama this year. Bema, good morning. Have a mammy gifty and in Bochi. I own a vice president. President in Wow now. Good morning. Edu Tum and Kuma Edu Tum, on the financial secretary. Also, Marchian pay. Gosin Amwa. Also, a treasurer. Okay, similar to mine. Also, Marchi. If I'm like a Accra regional welfare officer, I want it, Mammy Fire, when Mammy and I can pay your Mrs. Summer. Therefore, don't put near the Yaman, Patty and me and Strum or do me sorry. I'm a Yako. She acquired because saying any balance war, if I'm saying. I'm Musa in your papa, and the Lord comes to Tribunal Namswa. That's why to Quanobisa on semi consing, and I'm a Panswa, my ban saying. And no, if Uko one crack any be more. Na and some way see or book or so from home. Some see a chroma, a scene classy, a chroma about Pansamati, and Sassini and I saw to 2 million at the end. And Nipa Bay doing so from one. I said, Edmukuya. I said, Kano, I didn't know my explosive equal, some Kusian. Edmukuno, ya trauma saying, a trauma chalk. Suspended. And a mines inspector, I said, yes, a BM Kobefe say, Kabi, at San Sonoma way de qua, and Konya escort from Nadiano, all the year suspended cry. I keep Nekuma a friend and some. I get my friends and cry. Didn't say, no crane, and penning for any abre, penning for any abre. Yes, a normally had drink. I dear, I say, Nipa Bibiano. So now we ye. Since we in here, a yamau, a yamu piara. Kayin am Lord Quanso, and you're non quan and am so. Not also, sir, a condia, a woody explosive set, he say, ya. This will be a moon or bind there. Na a tossing, papa. And then I'm on tramping for two, and the Quanso, papa. My mamma man so hard. So be cocoa, or Monfie. The Panuco court, you know, a negligence. A negligence. Panuco, you know, no strong count. And then no, if you had a SMBC, a walk, and what question, Yamiche FMO. Then I'm person straight, you knew another. The same one my number of console. Say a process for a general console, almost church requiring, would you not, over saying, yeah, Ejuma din back up. No. And young goes home. We now for about 2 to 3 hours. We now so 2 to 3 hours. And we are and from me in full throw, the kicker win another weekend. A 2 big crampo session, a petit nice and then took the cry. Ujinum, a trap net took the cry now, raincoat. Ujinum. I am only so a beer. Only so a beer. Now, so to office in a condition move for one. As soon as we begin to be a super or break. And I know. Now, any penny be. I could twice a person so. Say, ye be saying, near see, McQuay near Messiah. Yet the motor decay. Munina, baby, I near Messing. Was he into a bossy? She into a bossy, so who proceeds in the winning wine. Oh my God. Oh. Yes, so pussy, money, one. a cutting year coin of free. SOS, Mumma Boami, when I say, and some are pussy for good go about. I won't be any baby at the They decide from my more, and ye cry, Debbie. Not very the person going to cross in church. Yet, piano, but won't you know, or boy will be a year back before. It's a wood drum for the bipini. Now says I ring for pin. Sarin, no drop recoupé. That's it because I can't be a do 50. A look at the Sarin, the same qua. And I used to told was a catra, now Ugu Quan Mano, and says Sarin Abbassin. Silent here a quan wood in them. It has said to be pinning your coat to the person, a church of coin. Let's see a pentempa, and I say, when to be a more inside me to a bit more. In your butreka cremano. In your butreka cremano, no, you can't say but twice and so. Pin money, I didn't you soon on everything. No, that be Obi a papano, Obi a niano, Obi a cono. It won't to me, Sabi, in one and Masio, a quaso abra, oh, yet, a to my reaction, that's on you. Yes, sir, and what? Mama, a to be a Sabi, Mister. Ye near Honey Kakra, ye near Honey Kakra. So, the SU, no, Obi so, no, no, Nanijo. Or bless the Nijo, the Jumano. It's Mamma, yes, Uncle Sopano. Yes, sir, M.Y. I dare be a need any echo. A new pioneer echo, and she acquired because any a bus, I might say. Traffic in there, that's so room. And that's so bohopa, Tianamore. Umi and say, the fine fun, me bring phantom. They may walk on me ra, and he'll make a copy. Umi and says, I know my way. It's a I know winning. Now the old train no fast on back up pedia, and then you trek a credit do trafficking. Do lame, it piano, be a quaco do baby oko, ask with you. Adachi, and in an echo. Mrs. or Dum for Jen care home. Okay, home. Let my pedia is here in his own. A gentleman in your atom and insura, and for mine.
Is it not paper to say for a road safety tidbit out there, Brian, a which media, so some media, but also na the headlines of the newspapers, Abeadofo. And you welcome back to the Happy Morning Show live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM, Nissim 95.9 and 100.1. Ebre, as you say, the headlines on the newspapers, Ebre Adofo, Media, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll be to me joining Happy 989 FM, and I say ETV Ghana. Now, also, with the comments at the Ebre Adofo, episode Chia Munina, and Patrick, with the Afahonum. Mejembe Makinkan nyina ede ama omamfo samede Raymond Nyamado Elmenche Sansuna Fati Shaibu Ali enso Elmenche Ray morning
Dawn.
What's he saying?
Morning Dawn.
If you had it, there's only one Dawn. There's only one Dawn.
Yeah, Dawn what I say.
I said you saying.
Sir, Dawn your opinion.
Dawn there.
Opinion mo. Obi a wa bini. And also, what I say, I think varsity dawns. Varsity dawns. When I say, just say, one piano going.
It's been my being or the
I've been. Tina me for dawn.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I've been one year, my baby, my so for DNA in your mom. It's a dawn. Until you want to make us a dawn and you'll be doing. What I say.
As for the okay, you know. I'm saying indeed, as of the Medi. Medi.
Me am with me who vision.
Medi. Na me kind me Bible no pay. Na me who bibia me who dwiri me. Say was say he sent the book of Psalms 105 and I'm kind. Was he sent a man before them, Joseph, who was sold as a slave. They hurt his feet with fetters. He was laid in irons. And to the time that his word came to pass, the word of the Lord tested him. The king sent and released him, and the ruler of the people let him go free.
We are done, Papa.
Yes.
We are done. I've been in.
So, until I read this text, I didn't know that the famine that hit Egypt was actually sent by God.
Oh, okay.
Until I read this text, I didn't know. Until I read this text, I didn't know that it was in his plans for Joseph to be sent ahead of the Israelites into the land of Egypt.
The plans are Uncle Tom Joseph.
Yes, it's in his plans. It's here.
Uncle Tom Joseph.
Yes. The Bible says that. Mamin country 14.
From what
the scripture is saying, or saying, moreover, he called for a famine in the land. He destroyed all the provision of the bread. He sent a man before them, Joseph, who was sold as a slave. They hurt his feet with fetters. He was laid in irons until the time that his word came to pass. I never knew this. Never.
The time na need me nya adwen na omuku Joseph abano omu nyabotre omuko ka cha omu papa se omuku Joseph no na omu de aboa ne niema nimoja eye na tade no ni nyina na nyame na hihye.
Well, all I know is that a man called Joseph was sent ahead of time. Yes. And to wait maybe someone should say
ahead of time na say anything.
How does it
make me your sofu? Make me your sofu.
Yes.
Now the deep revelation we have our own
the dawn. We are teacher.
Oh, brother.
We are teacher.
Teacher. Teacher of the word.
Thank you. The dawn.
Oh, brother, you for now administration. We so overfall. So we are not teaming me word no. It just
wow. Oh, your wordness and now you be already receive funds.
Debbie. Maybe I dear coffee there. Okay. Oh, they may shout so in a sink a crack.
We be out here and pay no. Someone ne kawa. Why you say someone na kawa? The mumu number ne dear. Senior, who will be added preaching way out there. Too fast there. Too fast there preaching in
your
Senior preaching way there. Wow, you sent Momo ahead of time.
Seeing that the farming is real.
What's that? Obia said you dokunu too. Now what egg, what sardine, what all the number we are sigunchen. Aden.
Osofu.
No, why is it not okay?
Why is it not yekano? Who was him na yekano?
Saying.
At least it's a farm in a bank. I bet you don't know one. Can we do two? Farming, Papa no. Obi to me don't know one. And now man
can
or the here will be a stew pampa in a didi don't know. What is different protein?
What is to come? What is to come?
Yeah, what is to come?
What is to come?
And our Facebook for all to see.
Say.
Dokonomi eno.
Na sami Ghana family no eno won hu bibia o Bible no.
Na Ghana family wa.
83.
There ba 83 there na ba no.
I mean I just said in the course of scripture, meditation, obi many. In the meantime, me onyin chere me. Finance because we are make on a hot. Finance we are on a hot.
The family no ba sa 73 no. I know Suma JJ ahead of time. Ghanaian Times and say 2 quack doctors busted over fraud and illegal abortion. PFAG pushes for implementation of benchmark discount reversal policy reversal. 5 car snatchers arrested in Tamale. Renewed clashes in Boku. Kusasi's and Mamprisi's conflict flares up. 1 more suspect in Nima Mamobi youth gang clashes arrested. Now, Otraso paper number say we need coherent policy for PTA dues and levies. Education Minister. Coup attempt in Burkina Faso condemned. Now, we will address e-levy concerns. Deputy Majority Leader. ECG estimates 2 million Ghana cedis to restore power to Apiache. Now, some Apiache no other factories be or 2 million Ghana cedis to restore power there.
You don't know the number of houses and honum.
Well, I say Apiache population 800 though.
But whatever be the case, say, if I say transformer, they have to fix a transformer. Transformer is an expensive thing. They have to lay cables, lines, all
Now,
those.
Piatino cry spelling is saying.
Well, it must TSE, it must TI.
Okay, so I'm replace bent transformers.
Exactly.
Low voltage, high voltage poles.
Yes.
Hey, 2 million Ghana cedis.
Yes.
I see. You to also our Ghanaian Times. I say vet destroys 24,803 birds, 973 crates of eggs following bird flu outbreak. Nina stories are explore IVF as means to get pregnant. Obstetrician gynecologist and all this assembly about majority MPs tasked to be resolute and strategic. Freddie Blake and what ask you more. Strengthen substructures for effective.
What's the Freddie Blake saying?
Majority MPs tasked to be resolute and strategic. Freddie Blake, former member of parliament for Elembele.
He made a very brilliant submission. I was hoping that the media would focus attention on it.
What's it?
Okay, the MPs, majority side, they say they should stop antagonizing the speaker, seeing there. Whether they like it or not, they'll be going back to parliament.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He told them to be tactful.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So also, Santa Claus and so on, dream. First Lady donates relief items to Apiachi explosion victims. Sami, inti niama no, ya de niama no kon ho na eji niama
no.
No, sika ko niama ko ho na eji sika no, ho na eji niama.
For home coordinating nyina.
Oh, come on, Sami.
No, not before home coordinating nyina. Relief items in the say beko. Ebeko not mo home.
Na sika no so.
O say.
Na sika no so.
O say not before na.
Sika no mo de den.
Sika no. O na say be didi, e be to nsu.
Hey.
And anyway, na still so I am more aduane.
Of course. Na den ti e bro mo ade bi e mo na obedi.
Because Mati say caterers, o mo fa caterers wo krom ho.
There be almost say amompe, okromfo no say amompe so bi ye aduane mo mo. Nti ya mo open space am wan kasa betumi ayo mo aduane.
Oh, okay.
And our husbands no so say
separation.
What is the place?
Also mo separation. Nti dey na dey man ko go one side no. Say husbands no say omo ye security outside. So mo ntiasia.
It's also mbo major party ho ba.
Okay. President receives invitation from Otumfuo Setutu II to mark faith anniversary. What's it? President receives invitation from Otumfuo Setutu II to mark faith anniversary of death of Asante Hima. Samubehu picture president any Asante Hima delegation no Asante Hini delegation no more have fe obi an share mask amujinu mudindin picture no picture na me describe.
I'm hoping say invitation we say no say omampani a grant invitation na obetiki advantage na Otumfuo ni doma hene insensem no what you fukaka. Oh, I'm hoping.
Assembly.
I'm hoping.
It's a dead matter.
I'm hoping.
Cervical cancer cases worrying. Dr. Srefenyo. Nina air stories are no pay offer paper now. Obetumi can Ghana records 277 more COVID-19 cases. Nina air stories are no pay Ghanaian Times Ediaba.
The new crusading guide. Apiate explosion. Another company suspended. Joyce Deck Logistics hot. Sporty Merchant picks top award. CBTG lauds government for 1.5% withholding tax cut. E-levy will boost Ghana's COVID-19 economic recovery as in other countries. Doma East MP Ena Eka. Tobinko donate 150,000 cedis worth of items to Apiate victims. And no ewo honum. So also and NATO allies put forces on standby as tension rises over Ukraine crisis. Julian Assange can ask Supreme Court to consider extradition case. No ewo honum. Give us time to pay 1% levy. Tourism chamber to government. Time magazine names Accra as the best place to visit in Africa. Government must invest in more long-term strategies. Economists be Eka.
Raymond, what's a headline?
Which
Time magazine names
Names
Accra
Accra.
as the best place to visit in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Christmas time, no there.
So was it Greater Accra Regional Minister or than the comfort zone? But Nejumana, it's paying off.
Oh, Sammy,
Yes, the Greater Accra Regional Minister's work is paying off.
The reasons why
It's paying off.
The reasons why
Clean operation, clean your frontage. Operation, clean your frontage. Abubuoshi, yeah, clear streets of Accra. Yeah, it is manifesting.
Sammy, only
But all time magazine.
Investment on Maya for chilling. Asem no mun can you?
Yes.
Yes. To find places to go to
Yeah,
go and
but
have
but
fun.
But if
and
we
all
don't make
that.
the place attractive, how would you find a
And
place
then
to come and sit?
omo them streets in the
Look, let me pat the Greater Accra Regional
That is
Minister
how
for
you
a
say let
yeoman's
me bear 5 times.
A yeoman's job. The activities, the actions yielding fruit. Yielding fruit. Your headlines. Your headlines.
Dumping of waste at Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange poses health threat. Yonko Kwame Nkrumah Circle.
The regional minister can do all he has to do. If the people decide to go and dump waste on their own at a place where they are not supposed to dump it,
and then what happens?
You want to blame the regional minister?
If
When you take your refuse and go and dump it at a place you are not supposed to, we should blame the regional minister.
I said, time no more yet. I'm a day with Nancy Toy.
Look,
time magazine for no mobile.
Burkina
Faso President Kabore detained by soldiers. Me Too wave in Morocco over sex for great scandal. Nima violence, another suspect arrested, others being pursued. Sita calls off strike. Saso and 2 feared dead in Boko shooting, 8 others wounded. Domahima Jab's brother, Domahine, over Akufo-Addo. I thought you said it was over.
You said it was over. Yes, he said it was over.
Gomwa East Sarkin condemns Nima clash, calls on youth to be law-abiding. We stories are over the new crusading guide, Ubenya Akai.
Daily Graphic front page stories. Apiachi tragedy. Company that hold explosives closed down. And Honum Parliament resumes today. E-levy top on agenda. Ghana Gas triples production from 90 MSCM in 2016 to 300 MSCM currently. And Honum 10 die in Savilugu Walawali highway accident. 6-member car snatching gang busted in Tamale. Honoma and Omanfo Ebitimi Edi Womani Edi Etri. Other stories. Any military takes over. In Burkina Faso, President Kabore detained. Senegal's ruling party loses key cities in local elections. ECOWAS denounces attempted coup in Burkina Faso. Other stories. And so, ebi in NATO ups presence in Eastern Europe. UK court allows WikiLeaks founder to appeal. Lebanon's Hariri suspends role in politics. I know Honum Fati and our story in the story. Kenyan. He's a Kenyan. We met a plane, no, in the Tana Nakwana Tarahono. Omo Echa at the Aba and the pay Oman for Ebitimi. I can kind ABA. Cervical awareness campaign launched. And no Honum. Enhanced widespread screening. Hospital appeals to Ghana Health Service. And this is not a man for every timid or many a trip, not one more. I can kind a BA. I'm saying National Association of Ghana Teachers of Ghana, no one more. I elected new executives or Modio Monfoni at 200 and no a honum. Other stories, and so it be any probe apiate explosion PNC and Kasa NDC reiterates opposition to e-levy. Improve engagement with Speaker, Minority. Chief of Staff appeals to a Majority caucus. And this is a brilliant submission by the Chief of Staff. I'm hoping that they would heed. Now going forward, no, it's me making headway in Parliament. Another suspect in Mamobi Nima violent clash arrested. And Coco Junction residents cry for potable water. 3-year community health program for Boase launched. Final stories and a window of opportunity for Tibet students and consensus building crucial to sustaining democracy. Speaker of Parliament and Kasa and implement convention on free movement of animals. Discussants urge ECOWAS. We stories are anapay over the Daily Graphic bit me I can kind of
Daybreak anapay say Akufo-Addo's works are glaring. Domahima tackles Domahine. We have a picture of Domahima and Domahine our front page of Daybreak. I said Doman Semno new year. Tobinko supports Apiachi explosion victims. Orient Energy drags Ultimate Cross Enterprise to CID. GAF denies suspect in car snatching incident. Now Burkina Faso military says it has seized power. Samuel now who announcement and now Burkina Faso young captain or I say a spokesman who Juma no do front honor who say yes agrono kosu pa also mobile no omudin patriotic movement for safeguard and restoration also be about the restoration eba then I say I'm person restore.
Yes, but the question we should be asking ourselves is why is it that suddenly we are hearing about coup d'etats? Mali, Guinea-Bissau, Burkina Faso, why? Suddenly, why are we hearing about coup d'etats?
So almost we modern say no almost security and no iOS and our government so has struggled to reunite and unite the nation. You know your problems.
Anyway.
The Daily Banner. Government set up endowment fund to rebuild Apiate. CTAG calls off strike. Seth Tepe charges MPs to pass e-levy now. Saso Ena John Kuma inaugurates toilet facilities, boreholes for communities. Showdown in Parliament as MPs vote on e-levy bill. US detains smuggling ship. UK seizes $26 million in drugs. UAE intercepts 2 ballistic missiles over Abu Dhabi. The Black Stars and Ghanaians, a love story that once was. A feature article be a womb. Take care of your eyes. Don't rub when they itch. Nurses urged to accept posting to rural areas. Incorporate cervical cancer vaccination into child immunization program. Government urged. Police grab 2 peddlers of narcotic substances at Aplao. Man defiles and impregnates stepdaughter. Saso and a 5 robbery suspect arrested at Bupe for car snatching. Media organizations must fight fake news. Stories are offer the Daily Banner. Ubenya Akai.
Daily Statesman front page on the pay. Fiscal deficit will widen without e-levy. Seth Tepe Ena Ekasa. We've addressed investors' concerns about 2020 budget, says Charles Edu Boahe. Wamadi Nimfoni Atu Honum, where Minister of State at the Ministry of Finance on Susuno Nimfoni Eda Honum. Gori accident kills 10, injures 23 near Savlugu. And Josidec Logistics Limited suspended over Apiati disaster. We our stories and pay Daily Statesman at their brain.
My final paper and pay a Daily Ghanaian Guide. Aftermath of Black Stars defeat in AFCON. GFA drinks Milo. I know and a big story about front page of the Daily Ghanaian Guide. Now Samia Sema Ban say Milo. Now GFA for friends so umbra meeting. No say I'm not going anywhere. Catch a GFA for say I'm not going anywhere and say the only person we are no more here. So uncle baby. Mufasika pudo no man.
Somebody naba. Is you be here Jinamo Consul.
No.
But he mustn't go anywhere.
Now Milo, the first encounter with the team, no. How did it go? How did they end?
Oh,
because I remember there were some issues. Bini ade crowd be say. Instead so bet na coach no dey be na we took kwan no baby near there and na no
call World Cup no ba no so of course be aba e ho no send e kra say o ejuma no onye bio awonya ofa foforo
you know. So honestly, well, me him football.
No, but you shouldn't make it easy for the GFA. Yes, you shouldn't make it easy for the GFA
because
you want to see your local talents. your local talents.
Several package, sports ministry in a
yes, but Yakofa Milo Baye, when the name Milo popped up, I remember the agitations he was met with, but sports journalists, yes, and he Kano, Ministry of Sports Omante, GFA Omante.
Now,
my point is that the way this coach treated Ghana the first time I was shocked.
You shouldn't make it easy for
them. And I was like, anyway, I mean in football, so maybe there is something that I don't know. Exactly.
Yes. He shouldn't make it easy for them at all. I'll tell you that. You will cough the money.
Maybe anyway.
Yes. You shouldn't make it easy for them.
Okoye sunu bibi Okobia no. Anko and I sounds find about it.
You shouldn't make it easy for the
and
then the ministry.
No retirement. No retirement. Unemployed since 2019.
I saw it. And then the near brain is because
yes, you shouldn't make it easy for them at all.
Oh, Sammy,
you stand as ground. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
Money.
Yet Tiano say you need patience for your local coaches. You will give them time to grow.
What's that CK? So no,
I'm not talking about CK.
What's that CK? No, very.
Are we saying that apart from CK, we don't have local coaches who can?
Oh, local coaches.
Yes.
Let me catch you. Say at quarter crano. More coach.
There are two coaches.
There are a few things. There are a few things. Okocha. Yeah, assemblyman. Ebia obmiti team na. Send your send your oye Santa happy no. Send your Bosch. You know. No Boja go mumwa.
Mark Paradise Okocha.
Yes.
Okocha.
Oh, na say.
Ana odi kra. Momo on the boys in Nkasa.
Motivational speaker na ope amateur.
Players omo Black Stars. Omo nimbo. Coaching Ben omunya ewo omo carry emu. Me see omu hia bibie bebo omo hye.
Na Okocha na be sade am.
Anase odi.
Mark Paradise Okocha.
Anase odi.
Odi asempa. Okay. Sammy.
My scenario back for a person dressing room. My scenario. Where would you as a scenario? Now, na Alqui. Bob, bet no boy or no. Bob, we know you touch like now, day. Bob, where by this time Ghana for me child.
Mo bobo na mo bobo ni say East Legon for.
Sure. Odi asempa ni Okocha. O metina say aye yobis. Omo amu team no mo share players ni first na obo so mo voice up. Omo teacher a. Omo ti consulate na omo dwa mo enu. Ibrahim Mahama pledges support to rebuild Apiati community.
Wow.
I say Apiati we Sammy.
Bibi wo ha ye ni.
I say bibi wo ha ye ni because see obi attention akọ.
Mama yanko show we. Say there obi akọ.
I say why ground zero. Into betumi show.
Anyway, who dey be?
Police officer killed by unknown assailants in Poku. Na story back so ewo ha. Na Sammy I say Ibrahim Mahama call you know na nya grow track kese na si echi ha na omo offloading them ansa no san so ka so be build chrome. Accra Shopping Mall will soon be relocated. Minister of Roads and Highways discloses. Sammy, I say my ba. But I mean,
Accra Shopping Mall there.
The Accra Mall, which is a state-of-the-art retail shopping center in Accra.
So what will happen to the structure?
Located at the Tetekwasi interchange, Ground Zero. Get by a road.
At the time I movie,
you need map.
I remember at the time Kwesi Pratt raised concerns about the building of that thing there. I remember, and the concern is the original plan of that interchange in Honum no. Sa at the end in it's been altered. The design is being altered. Said this thing was going to bring a lot of traffic in that area. But anyway,
Sammy, also I'm very relocating
to Huifa.
So no, Pepe be Adeko. Now we say your government very relocating.
Another judgment debt rating.
But I say no, we see.
Now they sought the approval. All the permits he requires to build.
Sorry, I know,
he got them.
Oh,
All the permits
investment
he required, he got them before building.
But malls with Breabakromi, you think where else are they going to locate?
But I mean,
some mall, yeah.
Truth of the matter is, some mall on BBC, no. Fair traffic situation in and around motorway, Spintex.
I disagree with you.
How is it their fault? No, Sammy. How is it their fault?
Oh,
investor ba mepe baby esi more. Na bia investor na nkosa kraka say, aha na mepe. Untumi nka nche ni say, your development a year no. Aha de untumi ensi wo ho.
What's the reason for the relocation?
Oh, say, I'm not sure no. According to the sector minister, the sighting of the Accra Mall is one of the congestions they are referring to as a major challenge facing the Accra Tema motorway and the Tetequashi interchange road project.
Let me engineer.
He maintained.
Me engineer.
Because I said me
engineer, but so we say Ufi Jolu Eba Okotos motorway.
Yes.
Now over TSMO abitwa sa small one about na one now. That vast land there, no. That vast land. What is it for? What is it for? So are we saying, say, vast land, no? We can create road to ease that pressure a building just around that roundabout? Are we saying that?
Vast land, no. Hona, I just say a bit on that Tetequashi.
Look, Raymond, I don't need to be an engineer to know, say, we can utilize that thing. Or something. Look, there's a big space.
I am not looking for solution at this. I'm not looking for solution.
Now they be having fun.
Na Tetequashi, na Tetequashi di koko ba. Na se Vassland yenja, na endua koko.
I'm not even looking for solution. I'm not looking for solution.
Police for the parking on Moka nisi.
Visibility is for the demonstration. You gather one and a movie.
My point is that why allow the thing to be cited and then come back and say that you need the land when if it was part of your plans all along? Let's know. I don't even want to talk about solutions instead of say no. We need to talk about
you see
then we come back and come and say that and then nothing happens. Whoever gave the approval and then we'll even end up probably paying on top because and even some of the losses they will make. What is the guarantee? Said the new place they will go inside them on a month for Beko.
Internet no so I remember say yes more one is a buy sana more no musi me stories now but I say he maintained that the mall will be relocated from its current position to ensure that the remodeling of various major roads, including the Tetequashi interchange and the Accra Tema motorway, to ease traffic congestion in the Accra metropolis. The scope of work for the project follows: a 10-lane, 19.5 kilometer motorway, 4 lanes of enforced concrete, freeway, 6 lanes of urban highways, and we are technical.
Adie bi obi corrected and will be large because Oyejuma or YFM no. Ube bunu na uko sighting wo baby fofra. Na sa rent na kokotua and na kokotua ni say.
And they see YFM no village.
The Meridian.
No, I'm just a question. Are we really saying say
yes?
Accra Mall na cause traffic no?
For
maybe say for Spintex Road, for instance. For Spintex Road.
Yes.
For Spintex Road. Is it Accra Mall that is causing the traffic?
It's part of the you know.
No.
You know, Debiano said something is causing the traffic,
Road,
and then we tackle that something, and at the end of the day, we realize that
for Spintex Road, one of the major hurdles, bottlenecks, underbridge. Underbridge is one of the causes of the traffic at the Spintex Road. If you observe, another one is the Flower Pot Junction.
There's construction going on.
But the issue is that behind that place, a straight lane when they finish that road, all that pressure which is on the Spintex Road as we know now, you have to that place.
Ebeko is legal.
No, Ebeko is legal.
Say overpass no.
No, a road behind. There's a road behind the Melcom. You see the Melcom behind the Melcom. Yeah, a road that fetch the see baby traffic lights in the wall. So you avoid the main Spintex Road. So what are we saying?
You say I'm engineers.
Oh.
I think that what we are saying is not necessarily even about traffic. They are trying to tell us that they want to go back to the original plan.
No, they say congestion. They mention congestion.
If they are saying say a horn was earmarked for road dada. and omoba besi into no person easy congestion, so they will have to relocate it. Again, no relocation, no, it might not necessarily be that omo person mubu die no. What must say? Because traffic echo more or into no. Omo more on.
Yes,
the more is not active.
Population more.
Maybe that's what they are trying to. Not that they want to bring down the structure, but then we just structure and see what they are doing.
Structure ne be bubu ni na because the kwan e be biemu. Say ne be ya ho nyina overpass ni na ho flyover ni na.
Time ko engineers mo mayenye adwuma no mo mayenye journalists.
Akram on dey say you feel.
The Meridian chief proposes house to house SIM card registration, and that's it. E-levy approval delays will affect national budget, said Tepe Ena Eka. John Buedu Nanabi record in NPP outstanding.
Record
in. I mean, I say.
Record in NPP outstanding.
John Buedu Nanabi record in NPP outstanding. Please avert bloody clash at Dansoman as UN Landguards invade disputed land. Assemble crying. So and Vodafone a cost promo reward over 175,000 customers. Capital Bank's inventory reports shareholders' loans accounted for 65% of loans and advances. And no honum. So and Maxam Limited's closure will affect mining companies. Anglo Gold Ashanti and Eka Maxam company was shut down to expedite probe into Bogoso explosion. Minerals Commission and Eka no into reason no mudiama no. Domahima Jab's brother Domahine over Akufo-Addo. Eric Amwakuchum eyes MPP national organizer position. Apiate explosion MPP commiserate with victims. When the Meridian newspaper.
My final paper near the Finder newspaper stories are only Setekwe blames market uncertainties on e-levy, benchmark values deadlock, and fair wages edges cooler heads over ongoing strike by worker unions. 6 communities get boreholes, toilet facilities from John Kuma. Malcolm donates to Apiate victims and families. And impact of e-levy on reducing public debt explained. Otumfuo encourages youth to join NYA's 100,000 volunteers program. When stories are underpaid, say offer the final newspaper one more a day a brain.
Economy Times e-levy policy. Government hopeful of passage into law. Government cuts down on external borrowing by $500 million. COVID-19 vaccine card for sale. And no honum. Saso energy expert warns Tor and Bust to absolve expected fuel price hikes. Democratic lapses affecting Ghana's performance on international markets. And my final paper, Business and Financial Times. E-levy will distort tax structure. Ghana's ailing economy, a result of walking through the broad gate. And a feature, comes with picture of Dr. Kobna Dufo. Bond House Medical Center to transform healthcare delivery. Benchmark policy puts 100,000 jobs at risk in rice industry. Farmers warn. International tourist arrivals to grow by 34.7%. 2022 growth prospects remain positive. Data Bank and the Business and Financial Times.
Yembo free ni enkoye website www.happyghana.com for stories ni bi embroman for Burkina Faso military says it has seized power, suspends constitution and no honum. You have no choice. Engage and stop blaming me for your failures. Babin to a majority. NLA partners at the Mills Foundation to innovate a school block and others and no honum.
Sami answer now better to us no listener baako send a message. I say, listening to you on the Accra Mall issue, I was involved in the design and construction of the mall. The traffic situation is being caused by a lack of policy coherence. The current mall site was always earmarked for a development. Information at Yensa Aka.
Okay.
The mall owners, if they have done no wrong, why should they take the fall if they have done no wrong? Information very, very credible information. Yes, I can.
Yeah, because me, I don't see what the more owners would have done wrong. And then they catch you.
Exactly.
If you
I'm like,
what about one more permit? Some of you.
and then American say, oh,
I don't think so.
You should be able to tell them you can't cite it here.
People are friendly relocation. If in the course of trying to expand the road,
all of you have sat here and said, the two of you have sat here and said, even more ammonia engineers have sat here and said, there are other ways, sir. You bet me easy traffic. So what are we talking about?
As part of expanding that Accra Tema motorway, if there's an impediment, I am more no and any other structure in the way. So I mean, relocation.
When the mall was going to be sited there, no. With whose money? When the mall was going to be sited there, no. What was the plan B?
No, is it,
what was the other? In your mind, if you say to me, I easy traffic. Why has there been so much road development around our area? No, more only basic one. That's our bypass. No, my now fit on. There
are a lot of factors.
It doesn't matter.
There are a lot of factors.
And I'm saying that just removing the mall from there, it's not going to ease the situation.
You know, so there's a taxi rank there. That taxi rank.
Why is it there?
Why is it there? There are people who also do business. There is a trotro event saying terminal. Stop. Station. All those things are culminating into the traffic we see every day.
As part of redeveloping an area, if you realize, say, there's a possibility, say, I bet you may hinder reconstruction of person based on plan or their banner. So I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Ubetia compensation, none panel relocate. And you see that or construction. When you even road the what I say, if Omuka say, oh, a better development.
I know that sometimes it happens with road that young constructed.
But this is motorway, per se, 4 lanes, 10 lanes. Now you flyovers in there. If more no. I am in agreement.
No. So motorway no, where the motorway starts from there, kono. So flyovers, whatever, at the mall side, na ebe see when. And they say, sir, companies here almost see down or one no man. People are even saying say be a buffer no.
Buffer no say.
Plan.
Mummy Nkoso. Fati o source no yedana say. Another suspect in the Nima Mamobi violent clash arrested. Only witchcrafts. Okay, I think the person wants to say only witches can see Akufo-Addo's works. Domahima jabs Domahine.
Wow.
5 facts about Bogoso explosion you should know. And a Western Regional Coordinating Council accused of Bogoso explosion.
CityNewsroom.com and OPC. We have no grounds to suspend Chirano Mines operations. Land Minister.
Chirano.
Chirano.
Yeah.
Okay. Parliament resumes sitting today. Government to hold E-Levy Town Hall meeting on Thursday. NDC flag bearer race. Mahama is a great man, but I'll still contest him. Kojo Bonso. Otaso ewo CityNewsroom.com. Other stories I say we are still on strike despite meetings with stakeholders. UTAG, the Kwapa West Regional Immigration Service rescues 29 children from trafficking. Burkina Faso Army says it has deposed President Kabore. Ashanti Region tanker driver involved in Kasi explosion granted bail. Government condemns Houthis drone attack on UAE. Sami. Press release no memory.
No, I know.
Don't say what you want to say. Don't say what you want to say.
Atamis car duofia sem police no mutie. Our opposition to E-Levy is a public interest matter. NDC John Jinapo. And it will cost us about 1 million Ghana cedis to restore power to Apiati, BCG.
Okay, about. But
yes, but story about could say 2 million.
2 million.
We also say 1. Okay. And then 1 million. 10 died, 23 others severely injured in road accident near Savelugu. When you know stories are on CityNewsroom.com. I'll bet me I can.
Google News. CTAG suspends strike. The special bonuses offered by Melbet in Ghana. Ghana set up endowment fund to rebuild Apiate Township. Radio Ada back on air. Saso and a venture into fashion to become economically independent. The cost of justice in Ghana, a feature beer a wahanum. Several betway bonuses accessible to bettors in Ghana. Way what's funny? Way stories are Google News are. We bet me any be a kind bettors bonuses and then
a headline I see them for reporting them here the kind of amount. How to mention the word. U.S. Enemies are lining up to test Joe Biden. And that's from CNN.com. Biden is confronting a series of interlocking global crises, from a trial of nerves with Putin over Ukraine to rising tensions with China. NATO allies put forces on standby amid Ukraine tensions. And also, Oman for Ebitimi Akinkai Ebie. Now, this is the story that Raymond, you should help me. Hot mic catches Biden calling. Fast story now. Hot mic catches Biden calling Fox reporter son of a bee.
That's a more.
That's a more.
What is he do mic now?
Oh, that's a more. So I deal with
Russian naval exercises off Ireland coast not welcome, FM says, and stealth fighter crashes on U.S. aircraft carrier in South China Sea. How Putin's $11 billion pipeline split NATO and EU at time of crisis. Skin whitening, what are the risks and who is profiting? There's one more mobility, one more and we say any stories a bit in the Abraham for.
BBC.com and OPC Western leaders declare unity against Russia threat. Otoaso has a deadly crash reported at Africa Cup of Nations. Australian Open reverses Penchoi T-shirt ban. Swift calls out Alban over songwriting comments. U.S. black man mistaken for white suspect. Lawsuit. U.S. black man mistaken for white suspect. I know a lawsuit be a copy more court. Australia buys Aboriginal flag rights after row. Military says it has seized power in Burkina Faso. One killed in gun attack on German students. A luxury cruise ship changes course to dodge Caesar. Woman finds $3 million lottery ticket in junk email folder. Woman finds $3 million lottery ticket in junk email folder. So I say
also my email address to you.
$3 million. Yes, I'm not solve the problem. Ex-officer to testify in own defense in Floyd case. When you know stories and obey BBC.com. Ediaba.
Yanko Reuters News Africa. Mali asks Denmark to immediately withdraw troops deployed there. 3 killed as Sudanese security forces crack down on protest. IMF to meet with all Chad's creditors by end of January. SASO and WHO official halt Ethiopia's anti-Tedros speech, postpones probe decision. SASO and Senegal's ruling party loses key cities in local elections. Deprived of foreign aid, Sudan to expand use of gold export. Ghana blast leaves survivors with cuts and questions. When na stories are Oko Reuters News are Ubenyabi Akai.
Say yedi weather update be omamfo a anope ohwe eye Accra, Kaswa, Cape Coast, Takoradi, Axima. It will be a misty morning and the temperature will be around 25 degrees Celsius. It will be dry and hazy with temperature around 32 degrees Celsius. It will be slightly hazy in the evening with temperature around 28 degrees Celsius. The northern belt, Yendi, Tamale, Bole, Damango, Bolgatanga, Nalerigu, and Wa would experience a dry and hazy morning. Lowest temperature will be around 19 degrees Celsius. Area, it will be dry and hazy with temperature rising to somewhere around 36 degrees Celsius. And there will be a cool night experience for Union Momo areas. We say temperature will be around 30 degrees Celsius.
Yebeko Ghana Health Service a website na yakofa COVID-19 update update for any ashefo. Active cases are 3,227. Confirmed total cases are 155,6 665 and new cases 169, deaths 1,370, recoveries and discharge 151,068. So and say your worldwide figures are record here. Total cases 355 million plus 2.24 million. Deaths 5.6 million plus 4,800. Sammy.
Yo, you better also na yedi enkoma fati minim say odi quickly no. Odi yen trends na ebebrand but ye more modern say Afcon ye guso aye bone dia. Na obi a ekope HD Plus ni bi ato na womo ewo app ewo the Google Play Store betimi download e dey ato phone so na say tablet ni so na ne wo na wo kwa this season they're giving you 40% discount on the purchase of the HD Plus decoders with 3 bundle options. Pay 130 Ghana cedis and get an HD Plus decoder with 2 months free subscription. Pay 150 Ghana cedis and get an HD Plus decoder with 5 months free subscription, or pay 250 Ghana cedis and get an HD Plus decoder with a whopping 14 months free subscription. Purchase an HD Plus decoder from the nearest Electroland outlet or multi-TV dealer nationwide now. Wait me after 0242 439 872 or visit hdplus.com.gh for more details. HD Plus, the Philly experience. It's good news. TCL starts the new year with crazy and mouth-watering discounts on selected products to make your stay in school a better one in a promo dubbed the Back to School from Wednesday, January 12th, and almost up to January 29th, 2022. This offer is available in all TCL showrooms nationwide and online at store.tclghana.com. For more details, call 0596 913 298. TCL, the creative life. Fatty.
Yeah, for trends in Ember, and then your mammy and I, Rebecca Wasem, the day are you air trained, so and police officer bar, you couldn't ya no so air trained, your home sem and I made air bremwe. Now, the day are you and sem nimono video be about PMO player no na or as or the nyoma be air petite from our football pitch be so. No more year training and I know the new man pity form. Na amount for eka say ebia na juju and na ekuta na oh yes I know our page and so. Now what we do not know ne say pay video no a recent video and I say your old video. But amount for mo share video na say see ayi e we TV ne so no follow your Facebook and so a obetimi ehu no or sprinkle nyoma e wo page ne so. Nti omo say black magic. And na you so me facha o mayembo video no na ashofo e wo Facebook na TV enhwe.
It's a video now emotional. 2015 finals of the
o se me hu Tony Bafo ho no
on a match.
No big koye juju a when people are around no be at juju nana.
But
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Ni where 2015
ni
Africa Cup of Nations finals, Ghana versus Ivory Coast.
Okay.
And Oba say captain of the side, now captain of the match near Didiayu. It's Oba say he's walking towards the touchline, and whilst he was walking on the center line, now or I think he was throwing something onto the pitch. What I say now the be a good pitch, no. So and say no any video yeah stress here.
Enti na no na amount for etikwa pa ya omo ka ho asem say no already na ngasa no captain back on je ya ka ho asem sa e ma na sumunje no e na video is aba be pm e na fe de enya asem keto akra e wo Twitter hono ma amount for ekeka dia omope na Samuel Bokwen say what at all has the day done to you guys? Miss me Bisamo. Meanwhile, he played better than most of the players during the AFCON. Don't pay the noble servant with evil. You are crucifying him today. Tomorrow, it might be you. Razak say, Abba, it's too much. Why do Ghanaians tend to hate this guy so much? Ironically, he has been willing and ready to serve his country anytime he is called upon. And no ewo honum. So, and I'll say in football, every player has his mojo. Sadiq say, you people are only good at tarnishing people's image. He has served his country with all his heart. And this is how we repay him. Questioner Obu Omo Ebisa. Benny Smart said, this is an old video. You guys need to stop the blame game. Nana Owusu This happened way back 2015, Ghana versus Cote d'Ivoire final, and the players are aware of it. So why now? The bloggers should be careful. Sa ena omo oika. Sa so ena unfortunate incident see here ewo bokono Constable Regina Angenu shooting no ewo ne groin na what hwere ne nkwa na eno ena amanfo eka ho asem say ensema ekoso ewo boko honom no ntwa yie a ewo say yehwe na yepe ho asem eka na ye mama no you know edai once and for all, because I say woman ntokwa bi esisi ewo ho ne ade na we eyare ho sempa esia oba fefe police ni agye no uniform kama na afi no wahwere ne nkwa. Clement Amayal say, I don't support such cruelty, but in other way we must look at the causes as well. Cheating on innocent people, flaming false statement to people, planting ganja and other drugs to innocent people must be considered. Judge A.C. Boatin say, oh no, assailants must be searched to face the law. Martino, rest well, woman, but this is just the beginning. The government is not ready to resolve this matter. Ahmed said the National House of Chiefs should be allowed to handle all chieftaincy issues. Government and politicians should be made to stay off the Boku issue. There must be justice before peace. When will this senseless killing stop? Innocent people are dying day in, day out. Kwao say she was serving God and country. Rest peace. So ena aha ena yedi say sami I don't think that's
well
anyway.
Yeah,
It's just sad.
Ray.
Sami nyabotre me hu bibi ade na say me do attention ba so. Sami unu say ne 25th January 2022. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources launched a Piati Support Fund.
Before I'll be national
Minister Samuel Abujinapo and one never be launches a fund.
Before I'll be national, me pacho, and a crucial day, a showdown in Parliament. Hold on one second for me. Now, stories are Daily Graphic report here, about 3 of them that I want us to pay attention to. Hold it one for me. Hold it. Parliament resumes today. E-levy top on the agenda. Immediately after, page, I believe, 18. Improve engagement with Speaker. Minority Chief of Staff appeals to a majority caucus. NDC reiterates opposition to e-levy. And afe oba aye middle page na consensus building crucial to sustaining democracy. That's according to the Speaker of Parliament. Now, I briefly 1, 2, 3 paragraphs of each of the story. No, now yen try see bit me gauge the mood in Parliament and say womo resume a sitting now. Also, the Chief of Staff at the Presidency, Madame Frema Akosua Osiopare, has appealed to members of the majority caucus in Parliament to improve on the quality of engagement with the Speaker of Parliament and the minority in conducting parliamentary business. She shared resentment over recent developments on the floor of Parliament, resulting in fisticuffs between the majority and the minority, indicating that effective engagement among the leadership of the Parliament would be key to a successful parliamentary session. 1. And in the end, the National Democratic Congress has reiterated its opposition to the e-levy and its resolve to vote against it whenever it is brought to Parliament. It said the tax would bring untold hardships to Ghanaians and reverse the gains made by the country's march towards cashless society. The party maintained that the government could acquire the money it intended to raise from the imposition of the e-levy through other means without necessarily taxing the people. Finally, the Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Abababe, has called for consensus building in the deliberations of Parliament to help sustain Ghana's nascent democracy. He said that could be achieved through consultations, dialogue, cooperation, compromises, and collaboration by both sides of the aisle. Mr. Robin said the country had a hung parliament with both majority and the minority sides having 137 members each, and therefore the majoritarian rule that existed in the past was no longer applicable. Adding, a hung parliament is not an easy task in a society which is used to a majoritarian winner-takes-all rule. Where any stories are and the so share a daily graphic ma what they a break. The final bit, Parliament reconvenes today to continue with the business of the House after a break for the Christmas and New Year festivities. Top on the agenda of the House is the passage of the electronic levy, which was deferred before the House agenda since Synod on December 21st last year. The adjournment followed a heated debate on whether or not the e-levy should be considered under a certificate of urgency, which ended abruptly with the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Osei Busu, in the chair. Fatih, Yakob Kaba, we were told that consensus building will go on to ensure say Babaka
Does it look like it did?
I didn't maybe sound. That's a question I'm asking.
Does it look like it did?
You don't think that
it doesn't look like consensus building, no. It happened at all, and if it did, it doesn't look like a COE. I think that there is going to be a showdown. It might not necessarily be as chaotic as it was last year, no, because a lot of Ghanaians condemned the actions of the MPs, you know. And so I'm sure that this time, you know, they would use a bit of decorum to get their concerns across. But quite honestly, I do not see an end in sight with this e-levy situation. Ebia, at the end of the day, baby do and say you better so. You better 1.75 and so about ebia 1 and now says oh then I can 0.5 need I don't think say you be do na ebia the only compromiser minority side, you know, ebeye is when it's reduced, because I am sure that when it's reduced that even Ghanaians will say abba. Obviously everybody knows that we do need the money for enyoma I will say yeah okrom ha. You know, maybe the focus should be on reaching a compromise where there is a reduction rather than it's not being passed at all or it's being bulldozed through. But quite honestly, ebekoso.
There'll be a
Ebeboso. Yeah.
But so almost set up committee via now committee was to investigate what happened and also try to, you know, resolve the differences of one terminal. So that
there are a lot of issues of course with Parliament. A lot of issues are the kind of Parliament ediaba, and tempers are quite high. Into no, I say the least thing no name soja. Say, and those deep-rooted issues, you know, it might not necessarily even have anything to do with the e-levy. I don't know what say you tackle. Say you tackle and no, after e-levy there will be something else.
Wait.
I expect to show now, because we share how Parliament works. Or more reconvene here. Maybe our friend order paper will determine how the German number of Parliament ever go. It's for a week, no. I think it would be about putting together business as a house. And so I'm not expecting say mobile back and there would see any serious business and any immediate business because in the minimum, and I'm expecting say the bill for e-levy, you know, it would have matured by now. It will be laid before the House, but you also know it all depend on other paper any semi in the next couple of days. It's now mobile back there. I don't think that.
I don't think we are talking about today, no, even this week. We are talking about when they bring back this e-levy.
Depending on how composition of the House next year, no, I think we may not see the DC last year. No, we may not see a repeat, because in as much as a minority may say that they were not consulted in the course of engagement, now Minister Kasa Obeyano. You can still tell, say, when it comes to the number game there, once the speaker comes into the House, when he returns from his, your friend is saying his review now, definitely number game no will go in favor of majority. And when the majority are confident and they are saying, say, e-levy has been approved, now a bill now, or say, no subeko true. I think that once number game is settled, this bill would be passed. Bill being passed, I know anybody ask them how the Ghana people will take it, how the good people of Ghana will take it, because in them say minister beginning roadshow. I think on Thursday, in your roadshow, town hall meetings, minister Beshasia almost sensitizing Ghanaians on the need for e-levy in their man. And say, I think that once somebody is embarking on sensitization there, it's only a matter of when rather than if this e-levy is going to be passed. And say, well, I'm not expecting too much drama in Parliament, but I think that the majority may have their way this time around.
Well, I'll begin my submission by saying kudos to the Chief of Staff and Mr. Freddie Blay for the remarkable submissions that Wama Meki Yatnaha Yakahwasem as members of the morning show as to the language that is being used by certain elements within the NPP and members of Parliament for that matter. And an aggravated situation no, as to the e-levy and then the passage in the whole sense. Comments no, to do with the image and reputation of the Speaker of Parliament. The Speaker of Parliament is from the minority side. He's been a minority member of Parliament. He's led the minority before. And so, obviously, if you touch the Speaker, you have touched the minority. And Otachina, all that is going to happen is in a bid to protect the Speaker of Parliament, who might say, Otihonoma Ghana for no. He also has a political party that is expecting him to behave in a certain manner. And so, if you touch the Speaker, if you attach the Speaker, there is no way the minority members of Parliament are going to sit down with you and reason on any matter. And so I'm happy that the Chief of Staff is telling the NPP side, the majority side, say they should be watchful of the language, the words they use when it comes to the effort at building consensus. If they target the Speaker, which I have seen many of them doing, this e-levy and any other government business, they shouldn't forget, say, you were 3 years ahead of us. Several other government businesses are going to go before Parliament. There's going to be a mid-year budget review. There are several other government businesses that are going to go to Parliament. Government would expect to say they will be passed.
Yes, exactly.
And so it's not just about the e-levy. And so for me, all I would say is that they must stop antagonizing the Speaker of Parliament. And no any of these issues when you know Ediaba. And for that, I would say, and I think that the leader of the majority side should be careful with the utterances he makes concerning the Speaker of Parliament. I mean, he's an astute politician over the period. No, but I'm saying that he must be circumspect in the things he says when it comes to the Speaker of Parliament. Several others, my friend and brother, Afinyo, must all be circumspect in the words they use so that peace will prevail in Parliament, and then we can have this e-levy and any other government business which may go before Parliament get passed. Let's not lose sight of the fact that at some point in time, the minority in Parliament, whether it is they or it was their leader, one time made the statement that they are comfortable with 1%. So at some point in time, the minority in Parliament were willing to come on board. At some point. At some point, the minority in Parliament were willing to come on board.
At some point, one person
you see, Fatih,
in the minority.
It's like you see, to differentiate.
If that was so, the one person from the same minority will not come and say that the Okayano, and that is not what we.
I understand. But you see, if the person who leads, okay, comes to make a certain categorical statement, not just on radio, but at an event where they are having a conversation about important national issues, it tells me that he feels that there's a possibility for him to convince his people to follow him with 1%. But what can I say? Whether the rest of the people agreed or not, that one we can put it down. But I'm saying that for him to have made that categorical statement tells me, say, he knew that there was a way he could rally his people to support him to even accept the 1%. But again, I ask the question, why are we bent on having 1.75? Why? at least a little concession, not because of the minority, not because of NDC, but because of Ghanaians. Ghana for air count 1.75 a dorsal, 1.75 a dorsal. You want to hear him? You want to hear? And so 1.75 a dorsal. What stops the finance minister from saying that okay, what's 1.75 in dorsal? Or the 1.5? What stops? After all, 20% of government expenditure, almost a year for home. That is to tell me, say, government is willing to cut its coat according to its size.
No.
Oh, you see, when there is a concession, Fatisi I did not say no. So, because say 1%, you would say, I'm somebody I'm a say I am not for it. Whether it's 1%, whether it's 1.5, but you see, at this point, we have all grown to see the need. Say, this has to go. And so, why is the finance minister also adamant with the 1.75? Why? Into 1.75 and bar, as my the country grinds to a standstill. Look, for instance, Fatih, if we are promised the people of Ghana Agenda 111, what do I say? You're promising the people of Ghana Agenda 111, not per our financial position, no. Agenda 111, this period. It's for them to come and say, because of your financial position, look, the e-levy, we are reducing it to 1%. 1% will allow us to build, let's say, 10 of these projects within 2 years or 3 years. Who would understand this? President Kufuor did this. When he realized that, look, he was bold enough to face the people of Ghana to tell them, say, look, where we are, we all need to tighten our belts. And so for me, I think that the position say Yejina 1.75 yemba from Yejina, that position for me doesn't wash.
Look, but if a government are in a budget, are in the projections, who say if I'm supposed to improve my debt to GDP ratio to a certain extent, I'm supposed to increase my revenue to a certain extent. Now our projections say Sikasi and I'm a pair. And I can only get it through the 1.75 vehicle. I mean, if or decide this will be dropping now, and they're not targets now, what's that time and also be meeting? So I want to meet is a target.
But you know that, Raymond,
that in itself would affect appropriation of my year.
Yes, but you know that revenue goes with expenditure.
Of course.
And so if why a budget usika share ni mwisi waketia 2,000 Ghana cedis eneba o managers a oni omo ye adwuma ka kire o say same from your expectations and
you see when it comes to governance,
yes,
any managing the finances of government, you see we tend to liken it to younger say sika managing. It doesn't work like that. You see, because when the finance minister sits down to give us a breakdown of government expenditure from start to finish, the Abeko Ministry, the Abeko Capital Development, Infrastructure, and India. So I mean, when they break all those things down, they realize they say, well, if they are telling you that they have to reduce our budget by 20%, and they explain to you which areas are taking a hit, I'm sure we would all come to the conclusion that, oh, okay, if the e-levy can solve some of these problems or can alleviate the plight of Ghanaians, and we should go for it. Because, you see, I had to say, you see, the finance structure of government, or any government, when it comes to send up a boom, I had to say, any component.
For a second,
so when you pull any of them out,
my main interrupt for a second, Dr. Clement Apaki in Lincoln, Busa South Member of Parliament, and say, Anye Biano, and one more regime, what should Ghanaians expect to say, especially matters to do with the e-levy. Before I con in position and not one more, we're told some engagement would happen. Doc, good morning.
Good morning, Michelle. Mama Fishapa.
Abishapa, Doc. And now parliamentary resume sitting. Ghana for a day and share anymore a banner say, especially to do with the business of the e-levy.
Yo, Midasibre. I'm say the outcome and parliament. Yeah, be share ye jumase. I feel twe mu ye nyina ye see the koya e ka say yankwaji ahome. Yakọ nyame adom. Menti say MPB ayare anase MPB afrimu. Eti ene nyame adom a ye nyinara 275 no. Yaba parliament. Speaker of Parliament Albans Man Abagbenso ewo krom. Eti na yekoyi begidi say business committee omo medical akotena se ahihye sedie dwumadie no ebekoso or the say na wotwibu the business committee no edebeba no ebe kire issues and answer items and answer bills, any motions, any questions are yedebe juma every ne ekodu Friday. Na Friday no na ya san hihye de yedebe juma next week. Ti na yekoyi mean to mean ka potin say we na ebeba beto yenim anopai anase mpo na wotwi mu na obi anso nim say ile video ade asensen ho yenji ntumu, and let me say that emphatically. Okay? So obi ko gina baby na o kase parliament agi ile tum technically sani ba kwa no musi ni hu oya otrofo kakraka kese eni se bibia be firi nanu aba no Ghana for edebe ejuma parliament say dey ejuma no there is nothing like technical passage of a bill in the NC everything can see by this time Abamu penny for led by Minister for Finance one kasa obo pro na wa church Ghana for the entire was a yeji 11 one kasa parliament na yebe kwa tenemu no obesa be relay e-levy bill but the NDC side of parliament the bia yejina no ohwa na ejina afa kurampo na yahye kena say e-levy de eye kronobo eye bibia ensem fata say aban a uwogidie so won crofo da you say di adwuma ma omo obeka so omontua say me Dr. Park me ma me we kurase na on tiapo na me yi sika ewo me momo wallet a transfer amano na wo waka say wo beyi 1.75 na ekodu me ma me ho na esa so we kurase no eduro na open wo nya no ho na wo se wo sane sa sika na ma menu aketo a owo bolga se won to eduro a na wa sa aka se wo yi so 1.75 yenji ntumunne yenji ntumo ochina nti NDC 137 against 11 die montinda ohwa na ejina ensesa ne ensesa ochina afia ba ensesa enfiedu aeba ejina ye no ensesa da.
Honorable, me are surprised at Utun this morning because we knew said before Parliament Mama Mumusuonum Nama setting up committee the course of Parliament Ghana for any answer no Namoko Ishemu semi amobe engage na yababaka yin so some consensus would have been arrived at. Intino Muko break no engagement biankoso between either the majority and the minority and as a government and as a parliament.
Mini Sean. Yeah. So because say engagement be akoso a there has never been any engagement between the two sides on this matter or any other matter that I know of. It hasn't happened. So the issue of consensus should not even be part of the conversation. Look, me maka, and you know me, I speak my mind and I speak boldly and freely. As far as this 8th parliament is concerned, until say APP side will learn to respect us, so we have equal numbers. We learn to respect the rules of engagement. the processes and procedures, they can never be consensus on any matter. And I am telling you on authority, there has not been an engagement with us. There has not been an engagement with the NDC as a party. There has not been an engagement at any level, even within the leadership in Parliament on e-levy. It hasn't happened. So nothing essentially has changed from where we left off. So I am sorry to say this, but if anyone is delusional enough to think, say the dynamics that we left last year would change this 2022, no, the person will be severely disappointed. Nothing has changed, and we are where we are because some people have chosen not to recognize, say the numbers in Parliament have changed, and that they can't push down the throat of Ghanaians what they want because of their mismanagement using deceit and lies.
Opani Obi Ebeka say there are hospitals to be built, there are schools to be built, there are roads to be built, and more opposition to this e-levy would hinder all these projects coming on stream. And you're gonna for you, I'm saying, and I'm my bro.
Yeah, when I'm saying, NDC, yen so ya share ya bo pro say ye church Ghana for our munim dada our mo simple living omompe the entire omugina ya no ye ka omochi look budget na appropriations e ba yitu mo no the total budget is just slightly above 145 billion. 145 billion. And then in okay, projected incomes now, I think it is about 110 billion. And to this year, you will see the deficit. Now more deficit here, a year over 30 billion. No, you are telling Ghanaians, sir, if we resist this attempt to steal money from our pockets, because that is what it is. It is the e-levy is not taking the 1.75 out of interest and answer out of service fee. They are taking the money directly out of your transaction. And that is the point that Ghanaians ought to understand. That's why Ghanaians are up in arms. And look, now with all the revenue that we got from oil, over $40 billion under this regime in the last 5 years. With all COVID funds now buy over 40 million Ghana cedis. With all the borrowing that this government has done, raise your national debt, anka a free Kwame Nkrumah so ebedu mama. Now just about 120 billion. To 341 billion. Nasa is it 6.9 billion that can do all our roads, build all the schools? And me, I've done my own analysis. I'll send you the report. Even within the context of the free senior school policy, at the end of 2021, based on questions I made on the floor of Parliament to the Minister for Finance, based on questions I made to the Minister for Education at committee level during this 2022 budget hearing, based on Omoamo budget statements, media review budgets, the total amount that they claim to have expended on implementing the free senior school policy, I almost say a year 7.62 billion. No, it has been inflated by 2.4 billion. Now that the Minister for Finance has been able to respond on the floor of Parliament, now that the Minister for Education has been able to respond in committee, I have written an article which has been in circulation even before the budget was passed. Till date, they have not been able to tell us what that additional 2.4 billion are. Omodi account, amina beye 7.62 billion. wo hwehwɛ omo nkrata no mu over the period to 2021 na say wo sisin nkonta na e wo say 5.4 billion ana yenyanko port revenue leakages party apparatchiks friends and family importing goods into this country without paying the requisite duty. So Wabekaya citizens, I member of the Council of State, a bit the Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice. So if you look at what is going on now, there can be no justification whatsoever. Say Ghana need entry 1.75 e-levy.
All right.
It is not justified, and we will not support it.
Before that was now we make a point say you sika a phone so a wa de no na ban person obo krono no what is 1.75 free mum. Now the telcos in so tie na enye sika.
I said we are paying for a service. But in the case of government, what is it that government is rendering to us? Who justifies that they should take that money?
But a tax necessarily does not mean government rendering anything to you. A tax is a tax.
Taxation must be based on rendering of a service that is backed by law.
And VAT government servicemen on render to take VAT.
Now VAT, you know where you paid VAT. You know how you pay VAT. VAT don't go to be another level VAT. Don't go to where you VAT will not be taken.
Yes, but some component in our government, yet Yama government, no. What would government have done to us in also what says cano?
No, some VAT no. Go to be another VAT.
Exactly.
Now you live in the
point I'm making is
money to my mother. The point I'm making is selling to my mother.
Yes, but you were saying that tax, taxer, government must be doing something to merit that tax.
That is correct.
So I'm saying that, let's say I'm going to buy, it is me who is deciding to go and buy a tin of milk and nasi baby.
Yes.
Now government says can then a government I am mintia make a tin of milk and what it says can free more.
So the government definitely has to take care of the pot, the milk. If it is manufactured, the company has to manufacture the milk. The company will utilize.
But that company is also paying taxes.
No, they will use electricity and all other facilities that government have provided.
The company pays for the electricity as well. Look. The manufacturer of the product.
Imomo, give me a justification why, if I'm transferring money to my mother, government should take a portion. You tell me.
The point I'm trying to make is this: that I'm saying that does government necessarily have to give a reason for a tax to be imposed? In this respect,
yes.
for instance,
government has to give a reason. The reasons that government is giving to impose this tax on that it's not justified, and I've given you examples of why it is not justified. What is the justification?
All right. Now, final question. Sana yebewe yemkoma yedie no. Wobi antina baby enkase the opposition is just opposing this for opposition's sake to make political gains. You say, oh, about watching in the more.
I don't think about watching no. Abai wabun kunta. Kobe sika edema 40 billion series no wabu kunta. Has it been accounted for? Even funding for free snare schooler, mama example. Me bisa question bisa. Have they been able to tell us what that additional unapproved 2.4 billion has been used for? Unim. So when the government refuses to account to the people, and yet tries to take monies from the people in these very difficult times, you know, why shouldn't the citizens reject? Now the adema awumbu hakunta was the you must be able to justify by accounting for all the expenditures. Yebisa Ethiopia, even the president's foreign travel in luxurious jets. Yebisa for details and accountability. Has it been accounted for?
Final question. Numbers. It's a hung parliament, more 137, NPP or 137, but there is an independent candidate. I was one no, one NPP for never share boom. If the speaker is in the chair, Then it will be 138. You will lose the battle.
For us, it is not about winning or losing a battle. It's about standing for what is right and making that known. And that is why I say, NDC, you say 137 no. You can say 138, 139, 140 no. What we know is what we are saying. Say, as far as the NDC is concerned as a party, as far as the NDC in parliament is concerned, we stand with Ghanaians. Eti, yen ye fie ho de. Ye ni ebusuafo 137 ni de. No to 11 no. Eye pampe.
Doc, anapa me do asiso ajimbe na medin komo.
Beto da asibe bre, bono nyame nyejuma.
Dr. Clement Park, I am member Parliament for Busa South and I pay menino edin komo efa the expectations say womo resume and no government business e-levy and ensen what kind of prefer senior fati eka and usually was in a showdown in Little Tokyo. There will be a showdown. Yeah, the sports everyone for. And welcome back to the Happy Morning Show. It's live on ETV, live on Happy 98.9 FM, Lisim 95.9, 100.1 as well. Yabamwina akwaba betimi afollow na o comment no onso odi aben. Remo nyamado ay kradwa what the sports update no edi ebe.
Sammy,
over to you.
The best chance there and mamenka tie for say companies akuku dam you and no time be here the Happy Morning Show sports updates ebrem. Bako Total Energy see anopi. Oko any of them Total service centers are. Pomodern net of fuel minimum of 80 Ghana cedis with your Total card and I say wo Trotsky card. Na automato we are on making it possible say on sabeka coupon. Coupon na omode ma no o scratch coupon na pe price e wo ho no omode ma omo say o san so call any of them Total service centers are to any 4-liter or 5-liter lubricant na automato ne nyina omema coupon o scratch a achede e wo sa coupon no so no ombe making sure say won sa etumeka sa achede no ansa na we free sa filling station ho OneXBet so say men can sure say come website so onexbet.com.gh onexbet.com.gh register na be a new account o register na be a new account obema opportunity to enter a promo code obe enter betgh betgh o enter pe obema 200% bonus on your first deposit. We any message at OneXBet say from OneXBet say bets for every taste or soon the 18 now. Member we need enter on my website to so coach bet. Betting addictive. And to bet responsibly. We any message at OneXBet say member Happy 98.9 FM and our Sugusa UTA o share so dia ETV Ghana and our o share anope. Jimedio no a Happy Morning Show. Na e Happy Morning Show sports updates no so no. Me the Total Energies AFCON update so ebebrel ewo jumede we so yensha here from the Ghana Premier League match day 14 of the Ghana Premier League no final match etume ekoso eno ewo Theatre of Dreams Park ewo the Dreams FC etume Adriana Stars etwana by 3-1 Ajeni Mboatin Mensa it's a 2 goals or and Sana Samuel Boache or also the back so for the Still Believe boys na Osha Sena Jumedi ne eko eno dia na Bright J enya consolation goal Emma Adriana Stars sisi na Osha league table no so Still Believe boys Dreams FC omo move to 7th with 20 points and Adriana Stars they stay second with 24 points 6 points behind league leaders Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Still on the Ghana Premier League no November coach of the month, any player of the month, no, in Penyon 4 at the shortlist number for player of the month of December, no, 4 players and a Ghana Football Association, and a Ghana Premier League in Penyon 4, no, or Metume Ediaba, Adriana Stars winger, friend Emmanuel Jimfi, a branch, no, about 4 games, so she 4 goals and 2 assists, and 2 man of the match awards, a branch and didn't Abbey Piemo, Oko Bechem United, and one branch, friend Augustine Okra, and also about 5 games, 3 goals, 1 assist, and 1 MVP, and a Piemo Emma branch, and also Nadine Abbey Pielis, no. Zubairu Ibrahim Usiakan Emma King Faisal Football Club 4 matches and a boy 4 goals 1 assist and Autominia 1 man of the match performance award Nina also Nadine Abe Piemo David Abagna Sandan ono Usiakan Emma Real Tamale United 4 games and our bar was share 3 goals, 1 assist and also to me enya 2 man of the match awards and nyina Jumedia share him say ene announcement so ekoso a to me the winner no ebetuja winner no de Sabeka TV set and also a personalized trophy from Electroland we and in summer if we however share coaches December coach of the month no Prosper Nete Ogum Kumasi Asante Kotoko about 4 matches we win 3 we lose 0 and our draw back until no so nedin abepiem ewo asarbedi ako Eduana Stars coach about 5 matches has won 4 lost 1 Amadou Nuruddin Kimfaisa coach about 5 matches we win 3 we draw back and we lose back and Samuel Bodu Hearts of Oak coach about 4 matches we win 3 we lose 0 and our draw back almost so it was our division and a winner of the award no ya de betuja na TV and now also Sabeka from sponsors Electroland the way and in summer if we Ghana Premier League numa eba me de bre it for yevemo e Ghana Football Association akache and Ghana Football Association opinion for no are expecting say technical and management reports from committees are almost Black Stars no a technical team of the Black Stars and a management committee of the Black Stars no and I'm more expecting say almost the report paper to Ghana Football Association opinion for him now almost the reports in badia ochina executive council betina say now to me a review reports no na decisions say so to me take concerning Black Stars and other sporting disciplines and other competitions say okrom ha no to me ahwe na omaye ho adwuma we and sema Ghana Football Association so omode atoja yeremo e Total Energies Afcon updates na yeremo e hodia na ewo Kwekon Stadium ewo Bafosam no na ye hwe nim say quarter and a round of 16 matches ebekoso se ne be ya nipa obewi no obepiem ewo quarter finals no say na matches no ekoye ewo Bafosam enra no Gabon team my friend Gambia we are debutants our competition we mo omo ene lowest ranked team our competition we mo ohwe FIFA rankings na omo ene 150th ranked team ena omo to mechi boboku na obia expectation betimi etwa form so na game ni dia na emu ya din yie pa na Gambia team bia na obia enhwe nim se obetumi aye de otumi ye no omo to me echi boboku friend Guinea etwa by 1-0 to reach the quarter-finals of this year's competition. Musa Barrow 71st minute striker ensure say Scorpions no to me progress to the next stage of the competition. Sa and Ajumidin Ekoye getting to the dynamics of the game no Abrantie Freno Yusufa Inji enya red card Emma Gambia and sana Abrantie Freno Ibrahima Conte also enya red card Emma Guinea game no end with both teams having 10 players on the pitch. Sisiani there Nyama akoye ama Gambia sisiano omuremu our next stage of the competition na quarter finals no opponents ebe Cameroon because na Cameroon so omubra ye pa ewo Pobia Stadium na Olembe Stadium abra omone Comoros ehia no na ahead of the game no na edika eka say COVID-19 aha Comoros team we ye pa ma goalkeeping department in there 2 goalkeepers no na nya dia betumi isi akan ewo game we mu eno ema coach of the side no decided say Aviasal defender no Chaka Hadua ono ene beda post mo ama bobuko afeno Comoros Abrantie no left back ena Abrantie no ejina po num ye pa eboa ne team Comoros ma 2-1 defeat and almost far at the hands of Cameroon. Carl Toko Ekambe 29th minute ono to share first goal no ama bobuko afeno Cameroon Nansana Vincent Abubakar share the 6th goal of the campaign. Beautiful goal goaler obia Kasia no betumi aye goal of the tournament no came from Yusuf Changama ebra ena otumi 2 free kicker 30 yards free kicker BT Andre Onana otumi eko rat nanum sa na Jumedie no eko ya na Changama goal no eno ene talk of town na game no ehia no na Abrantie no na Jim Abdul captain of Comoros 7 minutes into the game no ena otumi nya red card na obia eka say a miracle and sana Comoros betumi progress to the quarter finals of the competition but omo to me play with pride omo ma mo so enema ekoye ma mo just 2-1 and omutumi elusu to Cameroon Sisiano Cameroon eremo quarter finals of the competition Sisiano our next opponent ebeye Gambia ano and the next match Cameroon bebo ewo competition areho sema epiemo enra ewo Olympic Stadium ene HSE enra Stampede eko so ewo stadium na ye ka say there 6 deaths and I recorded from the Olympic Stadium na Stampede no eko so because na fans bebre na epese omurem ekosha match no na empenyimfo aye say 60,000 capacity per Bia Stadium no 80% capacity per ene betumi afa na empenyimfo say some 50,000 spectators ene ombepiemo na omo pese omurua agoprama no so na enye possible eno ema crash bi etome ekoso ma some 6 impenyufo and as 6 people and omurua niema ankoye ewo enra match etome ekoso dozens there report say omo injured omo hospital ye hwe omo ewo ho enra CAF release statement CAF say omo release with the Cameroonian government for more details on what happened omo ne LOC no any Cameroonian government no omo din komo na omo akire omo de course so omo ma details of the course so enra outside the stadium na omo san so ekate CAF president I friend Patrice Muchepe ono so waka say wasoma general secretary afreno Veron Musengo Omba say onko hospital na onko hwe patients omoda hospital following this unfortunate incident you see our stadium room almost say omo hearts and our commiserations ekoma the families of those who lost their lives into way and in summer a PFF hoso eba and matches no ebeto aso ewo AFCON 2021 tournament ekoso ewo Cameroon Senegal and Cape Verde Beshia ewo Kwekon Stadium ewo Bafoussam and sa game no bekoso at 4 p.m. na Morocco and debutants Flames of Malawi so no omo de befeso ewo Amadou Ahidjo Stadium ewo Yaoundé sa and games no ebekoso and no game no 7 p.m. Malawi versus Morocco no 7 p.m. and as game no because my main come say match ni dey you be in live ewo ETV Ghana and Monshano no say 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. no ETV Ghana live matches no ya de bebramo now before the live matches no bebramo no ya the pre-match discussion bebramo ya ne coach David Duncan betina say na ya de nsem ni nyina abramo efa tactics teams ni nyina ebo and Monshano no say AFCON dey open AFCON a share there AFCON hub ewo ETV Ghana you know has you covered yanto aso ewo de koso ewo amanone ena Watford eka say after 112 days no omo new coach ana omo pa no somewhere in October no enya dia omo ne be ejuma biom omo pa che say coach your friend no Claudio Ranieri eyadia omo yi ne dia omo say ne modern ball and so ni na omo say 14 games our born we lose 11 we win 2 and we draw 1 we ama Watford oshomo performance relegation zone and omo shem no omo say nya dia omo pese omo ko championship no coach ne de eneminimia no omo apam no because the modern ball enko enim now he's been able to pick just 7 points from 13 Premier League games omo say nya dia ekoye we new coach omo befa no Pozo family befa no omo ebeye the 15th manager omo afa since 2012 omo take over Bobo Kwa friend Watford into turnover rate ama coach say Watford no was 3 year pa 2012 and 2022 no 14 managers and omo apama sisi ano omo ko akofa omo 15th manager we and sema a PFF hoso eba na ohwe Ranieri recorder to me 17 goals he considered 34 goals clean sheets here when to me and keep clean sheet via as coach Emma Bobo Kwa friend Watford yango PMO Italian national team Azuri nsem ena etumi abano for the first time since 2018 no prodigal son and Brantia na obia ekase a bad boy of football no Mario Balotelli no dia coach Roberto Mancini watunsa Afra Brantia we say ombra na 3-day camp na Italy babie no Brantia we emba no be ka ho omo say Brantia no performance e wo Turkey no ekọ enim ye pa Brantia no si akan ema Adana Demirspor e wo Turkey so far no wa share 8 goals in 18 matches we ama Claudio ama ne coach friend Roberto Mancini aka say ohwa ne modern boy omo pese World Cup qualifiers a down winning 24th match against North Macedonia no Brantia we betumi abo amo nje ombra 3-day camp na omo bie enimia no ombra na omo hwe se na Jumedie no ebeko enti we ensema efri Mario Balotelli campa eba yenwemo Australia Open quarter final matches ekoso ahomachi Barbora Krejcikova otumi elusu 2 straight sets to Madison Keys asisiano Madison Keys we remo semi-finals of the competition 2 straight sets no we ne 6-3 6-2 yenwemo other match abetumi akoso no Ashley Barty, world number 1, on Jessica Pegula, world number 21, Ebeshia, na Oshese na Jumedie no ebekwa. Sa match no 8 o'clock and as I give no ebe to me a chassis na upset bako ekoso enra round of 16 Kai Kanepi ranked number 115 Otumi Echi Arena Sabalenka world number 2 Echano 2-1 5-6 6-2 7-6 and Otumi di Chana Kai Kanepi with Remo semi-finals of the competition Ochina Ahomachino contest 2 and betumi akoso number 30 Daniel Collins and Alice Cornet number 61 and omodo be fiso na Iga Swiatek world number 9 on Kai Kanepi ranked world number 115 omo and besi akan quarter finals betumi akoso Yeremo bema na film media ATP contest no egusu ekoso didindin Anhumachi and Denis Shapovalov and Rafa Nadal world number 5 almost share game na say now Rafa Nadal initially he had taken a 2-set lead over world number 14 Denis Shapovalov and Sana Shapovalov to me back into the game before I remember now a 2-2 2 sets apiece between Denis Shapovalov and Rafa Nadal and Chebiano final set betumi aba we ya nyame adoma china no pa ya the update be premo on nipa otumi evremo e semi finals second contest of the day Gael Monfils and Matteo Berrettini world number 7 omo the be face Monfils world number 20 on Matteo Berrettini e be face ene anopa at 8:30 am into Munshano so ochina matches no ebeto so world number 9 Felix Oga Aliassime one Daniel Medvedev world number 2 omo the face so na Yannick Sinner world number 10 and Stefanos Tsitsipas from Greece world number 4 no omo the face so ochina into we any updates kakra mede bremo from the world of sports ya bedani ho kakra ya babaka. The Happy Morning Show continues with Samuel.
And welcome back to the Happy Morning Show. We have 20 more minutes before we hit the top of the hour. Itafe and I do if you did not want to say Yemo Akwaba Eba Jimedieno Eso and Pay. Na Yemo Akwaba na Yebisa say how it's been the morning so far. Osha say the journey from the house to your office. I know traffic build up in certain areas. Some loved ones have sent me messages that were more complain about the traffic. I will be a more if you are more air core edumemo. But I'm hoping to ninja so we driver na so uti say and chire entity then no ACP retired Victor Tando at the brain so as to how we must conduct ourselves on the roads. I'm hoping that you pick one or two from Meta Minia so odebo kotudwemu or the ball who buy or drive it na say odu be a zebra crossing a pedestrian crossing no e slow down and allow for people who are also walking to also cross. What we try to don't assume say I can't walk and I don't see more say be agina daddy. It can happen say car and the brake are failing and the look to the left before you cross the road, look to the right before you cross the road. Na yen keep it safe. Say amount for this baby subai. Yes, yeah footbridge e wo honum. Go twem footbridge wo go twem e baby a cars no e kwa America no. Mo amukura sa subane so mo sesen firi ho na yankoti asembo ne bia enne enti yenyina no ye ma ye ho akwaba eba dwumedie no eso ye de business tips eba bre manfo ewo dwumedie no eso ewia ne atoa enkomahwehwe ne so ene ye gina parliament sa e-levy ho nkomo ena ye die anopai. And so if you have a thought, if you have a view to express me pacho obetimi e dey fire Facebook wall Happy 989 FM and I say ETV Ghana. I promised viewers and listeners said a few we said dear massacre and any and every comment you send to me Biano, I'll make time to read all of them. I mean for business tips and broman for we na fe yen kan some few commenter e the air or man for it's critical that you review your portfolio periodically to assess the status of your assets, how these are maturing, to keep an eye on your cash flow. And the ABA wakoto a treasury bill be ABA savings be or baby wakoto products be with any financial institution. You need to be up to date with how your investment is performing with that institution. What do you seek regularly go for your bank statement, even if it's a savings account. Regularly go for your bank statement and then check how your money is moving from your account to transactions a warrior na enkonko ba say eya tight say and will be one the oya and so 30 pesos when you buy ho so no na usika no watching nyina. And so pay attention to with investments with any of the financial institutions and regularly get your bank statement to see whether the withdrawals are so called will be if you want kasa wonche and nasa even the deposits if you want kasa wonche somebody yemfa gana kasa embromanfo. na memfa a few comments embre omanfo anapay ewjumedie no eso yenko Facebook na yenka comments ni bi anapay that people have sent on the show. And now some of these comments any and nanapay no we free Danny Coleman was watching you live from Ahafu Kenya, number 2 Jericho. Greetings to Honorable Patrick Bano MP for Sutifi North. Shama Ba Benya was it just one night Comoros is out. Boboba, my compliments to W1 Josephine Kwansen of Bema Camp, Accra. Daniel Mante, I say good morning. Is your co-host an MPP guy? All right, sorry. Mami K Papa B, also Adnedia Abraham. Was it in as much as I side with my fellow Ghanaians craving for a decrease in the 1.75 rate of the A-levy? You must also understand that the government needs adequate revenue to develop the country properly with massive infrastructure, life-changing policies and social interventions. Therefore, I plead with all and sundry to bear with the government. All and sundry now Makai, but could be all and sundry. Nikki Cherish GHSA. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to you, Nikki, and thanks so much for your comment this morning. Also, bet me as and the Abreme Abbas Gidan Guru Abbas, and so I say, Sami, I'm watching you live this morning, and good morning to you. Nikki Cherish, you say this morning at my neighborhood, people are fighting. Charlie, Nikki, sister, any more show? Emotion Tianapano also and as will be the problem ebe crossos and now here over two blows. Men kind other comments now you know yen twaso na yen geo man phones views by our phone in segment, you know. We say every positive change was it okay, let me get the message. Yes, I agree we should widen the tax net, but widening the net with an e-levy that will increase the tax burden on the ordinary citizen who is already burdened by paying direct and indirect taxes to the government should never be entertained in any form or shape. In fact, this killer tax is more problematic and pandemic to the ordinary Ghanaian citizen. Also, there Ode Abraham and the purpose of chairman of Medina Alhaji Fela. I hope I got the pronunciation of your name correct this morning. And to also bet me at the thoughts any views ninano or the afar in Facebook wall. But never coming in some quadia this year. Medical catches a massacre. I'll take the time to go through all these text messages. Somebody, Yemfa Ghana Kasambra Manfo. To say if your phone lines no etumo 0244885140 0244885140 and 0549508687 0549508687. But your offer na TV set no wall one kakra edi amame or radio set no so no wall one kakra edi amame send your feedback any delays no abodi be a offer free edu sa segment with am pacho yen chiachia menchia chairman enchia organizer enchia general secretary me pacho oba straight to the point but oba so chia chairman general secretary and I say any other person or the fire Facebook wall I will read all the greetings to all the chairmen and organizers be able to chia and pay. And I'll be waiting for your comments or sending them via Facebook. But if you me personally on Facebook, my handle no Samuel Asian GH or call Facebook, Twitter, Instagram handle no Samuel Asian GH.
Samuel Asian UK and Samuel Asian US or
hey, a bit me
and GH.
There be some obvious the Samuel Asian. And the only way to identify myself properly is me Ghana ni Samuel Asian GH. Or call Facebook your friend was it Nana Anana Ali?
Menya Nana Infantidin. Menya Infantini. Nana Fati. And I'm my Nana. That's all.
But what does Nana mean?
It's like saying Nana Joa, Mami Efwa, you know. That's
Nana. All. Okay. Nana Ali. NAANA ALI.
Yes.
Nana Ali. The Boba Medin Papa Na La ni Nani Babo Na Li and Mani Babo. Over Facebook, Twitter, any Instagram, TikTok, Nisani.
Twitter, I am Fati Shaibu Ali, and I say I am a journalist.
I am a journalist.
Yes.
And I say I am.
And I say Fati Shaibu Ali.
Fati Shaibu Ali.
TikTok.
I am created the
TikTok.
Fatisha
Ibuali. That's it.
First caller, Ahmad. So hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right. Yantoso. Ray, what hand on here saying?
Raymond Nyamado.
Raymond Nyamado. One more follow no Facebook. Me who the comment, especially during the AFCON, no be trim because bombs na no shit. This a man for should dinechi e wo hono ma comment here na man for attraction so a one more e ban so e wo Facebook on me wait me follow Raymond so with Raymond Nyamado on Facebook. Who follow ya, you follow back, or like here, you be like your back. Now, you know, you build a relationship, and yeah, a TV soon kwana end it, and your radio soon kwana end it. Let's build a relationship outside of a TV. So, hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. How about you, sir?
I'm Alhaji Babs.
Okay, sir.
Me pacho, sa yi living,
Yes, sir.
Say me ejuma, me ejuma no. Now at the end of the month, tell me almost tax me, almost yi me income tax. Almost yi me 1,000 plus. So now sometimes you know tax you know should seen me I mean take one pay. So makura take one pay small one akofie no me koto bibia nso a me tua tax. Now you me say me be kasa nso a na ma tua tax ya. Send a city me abrabo no send how is it going to be? It mean for like I'm not in support of that kura.
All right, sir, Alaji. I thank you for joining me this morning. Was it tax needs to change? They couldn't pay. 0244-885140. 0244-885140. So bet my friend and pay any what the come if you have a comment to express and as a view to express me pacho ubet me after 0244-885140 and 0549508687 now also audio thought audio view no edia brain. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir, Chief. Macho di be free.
Family Isaac Kwaku.
Yo. Mr. Kwaku yanko.
Pacho, the residents of Ablukuma Central Constituency. And I'm your opinion leader. Macho, I'm a MP, say, I am to now, you're telling me I 11. Up to now, on prayer, on country, but now, you support 11 now, government, you know, and 2. That is what I want to contribute this one.
I thank you for joining me this morning, and I pay Medino Eso. On the thoughts, you know, so I present MP and get you on the Mokachan say, on Bezomba say they support the 11, you know, on the town hall meeting. I'm sorry, Ablekuma, one of the Ablekumas.
Into more and almost support the 11.
It's only the what said the party. About the party in any day. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Chief, Machodi, baby, I'm free.
But make a free of Ashama.
Ashama. Yo, Macho Uncle Chief.
Macho.
Yes, sir.
Listen, this MPP force. I don't want a year. Promise no more promise Sekawaha. That was a castle. I come here. Sekano way. 11. Mokasa say, Jumano. Skamoko Boronu. 200 billion away. Omukasa say, it's gonna but Omuko Burwe Yamoshi Pacho Kacho Mose 11 Thank you.
Meadows and pay so fair now by Jimmy so 0244-885140 and that's 0549 8687 0549 508687. Also between affair na you know Eddie in Sawoso and Sunday move on to your substantive matter which has to do with the e-levy and matters arising. At least Dr. Clement Apak Miehu, the tone, the body language and the position of the minority wabra wo mo resume sitting enenom enti ye de ani ebehwe ne ahwede ekoso ewo honom. You know that the Speaker of Parliament is around enti so what dia then yeah, definitely about 138 137 if all things remain equal. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, I'm Bachodi. Anybody afraid?
If every Akusi, a friend Prosper.
Prosper Bachenko.
Bacho, you live in almost your Omudia. Government Ben or buy no but you live your son yenya in Kosovo, Ghana. Government dear yes I didn't. And before I didn't know we are Omukuye. One, a Juma should be in the Naye. That pia omu fatazesi omu si omu person quite soon no mu kuye enye 11 ye ntwe china idasi
me so me da wase statement here amama kai video bi a last year na trending na em say penyimfo bi omo ye oye kire but omo sika sem na reporter bi akono obisa opanyi ba ko say Sisiano, Wombedin. We will make the country ungovernable. We will turn the country upside down. And also, how will you do it? I said, you will die and they will come and bury us. Hello, Panakola, good morning.
Good morning, Sammy.
Good morning, Macho. Did you have free?
Michael, because I feel last week.
Yo, Michael Machenko.
Master me, 21st one year, sin registration.
Okay.
On say, you can say, Uni Ghana card, me register.
Yeah.
Foreigners in our work crew, I want Ghana card or better than register. Munya extra uso anamo besides the foreigners ne work crew we mu. Ya onkofo bebra work crew we mu.
But almost requirement woman do registration. They have a requirement that they have to meet before they can also register.
Hello, Sammy, what do you mean?
Me patcho
inti mumbisa ne say uni Ghana because me kai say time ye Ghana card no. Me nkofo bi a wo register man Nigerians for be watching nkofo no kugu mu. Oti ate. Inti mumbisa won say on Peter Ghana card na obeden a register. As all your foreigner no obeden a register. And second one here Y11. Maybe someone say Y11 say I'm mad then because first ukoye mobile money I charge you anamebwa.
Yes, of course.
Inti what do we have account na just asotol bi nu and also dey any high never but me na wa your friend say history reading ekura menya sika na me send the kakra na me send me na sika mo si mo ba be so mo mobile na mo ba bi adwuma bi man and I say mo ma me sika bi asana me kwa akoma me na sika wa be tax officer inti one family me wonim na wo dey ba mobile money me yedu e de mafaka na be da akoma me na no e no kwa be better.
Medal Sanope say also fair na over Jimedie no so anope our happy morning show so we check your time now it's exactly 8 o'clock. Yemfa bakumenu miensa entwemu na afi no ye movie on na the Ghana Beverage Awards no koso den we have been telling you that Bomodian so be one nominee wo beverage we pese woni edi atire se womo ebe winning the beverage of the year until www.ghanabeverageawards.com you can nominate na afi no obetim so afa 0202222095 for any details be awo pe no terms and conditions apply into no Bomodian se Ghana Beverage Awards no eba no water of the year, RTD of the year, and many more categories. Liquor of the year, obetimi eye nomination, simple steps that you have to take, and then Masa, you'll be able to nominate. And to ABI, you work with a firm one more award the beverage industry. This is an opportunity for you to also do the nomination. You bet me a celebrate TCL buy and pay later. Are you a government or a private salaried worker? No need to worry. Be a proud owner of a world-class TV, air conditioner, or any electronic gadget from the TCL showroom now in an easier way. Simply walk into a TCL showroom nationwide or visit Credits TCL Ghana.com to choose the item you want and pay for within a flexible 12-month period. Enjoy today, pay tomorrow. This offer is open to customers on controller payroll, EcoBank, CBG, GCB, SGSSB Bank, and then First Atlantic Bank, UMB as well, and the Access Bank. With me from 0596 913317. Now, no more at the terms and conditions apply. And so, do you want to become financially independent? We at EDC Investments Limited can help you start an investment plan for your future with peace of mind. Don't leave your future to chance, because a gobi is not a plan. And so think smart, invest now. Visit any EcoBank branch and start investing with these EDC today, or log on to www.ecobank/swam to complete an investment application form. You can also call EDC Investment Limited on 0302634165 or send a WhatsApp to 0595235065 to get started today. EDC Investment Limited is a member of the EcoBank Group. With EDC, financial independence is possible. Cheesy Pizza for C and Cancho Seminia. One more a year Juma East Legon branch. No one more Ebi Nam Yon could be Crohona. What they Cotina Hono or Born and also no friend no Casa Chami. They plays the B, Sammy. They plays the B. They chose to be different. My brother, my sister, open pizza and one any cheesy pizza. But what the answer we call is Legon branch, now also walk up with their almost say they are ready to serve you, your friends and your loved ones. One more area above the Compugana, American House Junction, East Legon. One more ND and South Swap. Yeah, car man for the same card registration exercise in the Eco. So, baby, any more dances is here. The telcos are trying. One more Eco even in sorry. More one more air registration. No, I hear that there are some designated points in so amount for every time I come back with registration. No, and to Mr. Say on your SIM registration, please ensure so you do it. Now, you meet the deadline, whether there's going to be an extension or not. Please ensure so you fall within the time space. Now you want to send your encobase ubelisu card. No, Adofo must get to you. And to answer by your registration or start the process. Star 404 our phone so hash we are not follow prompt. Then you complete the process by going to a service provider, Airtel Tigo, Vodafone, and I say MTN. Na wafa organa card any or digital address and so account na minia wako complete registration exercise who concerns issues bia when tia say afre 0800 110 622 a toll free number with me any NCA for a D and come one website www.nca.org.gh na oni omo so edi enkomo Black to White initiative yabo ho da ru ababo e happy morning show no eswo you say ye boy ho modern say enuanuma womo e the public schools especially those around your environs ye boy ho modern say womo blackboards no ye changing it to white na situation na enkoda be ko school na enije eni honom because afena see fa say we blackboard cleaner menia enye adwuma ketwa obepe board so sa na body say white ade choki egu su ani na enkoda yi heli teacher ni wo ko kira dia blackboard na say mehu say bebe ho mo de cement na aye na esuo tutuo na teacher wo kira na afede kwakwa eja na ebufu eno eni adwene ho as a show as a team say yenua brane be boy na school say we yen no one more blackboard no yen converting it to a whiteboard decently done yen more marker near more duster or more edible paper so the first one na apepa na kama clean wabra enye health hazard bia enfama nkodano wabra ense ni manim ya na teacher ni so watch radio ni so comfortably enti adenti na we boy na yenyina no yensisa enkoda sikufo nkoda wo mo ehyebre ni yema adesua ni adekire enye exciting for students and then teachers as well minia ebia wutie mi we adwuma company a sa whiteboard mu woni be bree be boy be so asene na onsusu no yentimi and transform the lives of some of these peoples and the teachers our schools are try ho ahia ebia wo no onye adwuma baby sa but why wadwen say obetimi ato ebia duster anase marker no obetimi ato bia be 10 20 15 e dia mayen me pacho and so obetimi ato duster obetimi ato marker ibi black one ibi na enenso no odi abre odi ba happy fm a odi also hwe Isaac Poge obehu no na wagine nyina no we acknowledge you wabra ye sha asese ye project no ebiem na mekai omanfo ensusu se Yeah, mobile money number no. 055 81 85 401. 055 81 85 401. Enti minia obetimi ede onso kakrawa 100 200 300 abacho obetimi ede afa ye mobile money number ne so na waboan ni asesa enkoda no so no wo mo so ehyebre misro o send this kind edi beba no Global Media Alliance enti no ye nhye no enso anopay fati esemen ka se edi no enye poge ade
one is kai
John Kuma. I think so was the sanity.
On funny affidavit in Brana mention.
Yeah. And see your friend Isaac Ade.
Your friend will get crada. Until for affidavit in Brana mention.
Yo, Raymond. Yeah. Levy. Over to you.
Some say you did
Mark 11 was and that.
No matter my position on this.
My position is saying.
So my position is maybe I do know. Or share the steps that have been taken by government. As far as going to the extent of having town hall meetings. OTA utterances from majority leader and then other members of the majority. As I mean, it is pointing to one fact. 11, we cannot escape it. 11, enya dia ye kosro ba forma ombeti so. Ye kosro ba forma enya dia ombejae plans to collect. And I think it was yesterday and a Fitch Rebecca said 11 would boost your revenue by some 20% of GDP in 2022. Fitch at this asset number. And with all that said, for the economy to survive in 2022, e-levy is a key cog in the governance wheel. It is, I mean, we can make all the noise, we can demonstrate all we want, we can stay away from parliament all we want, on the basis of health issues in Nigeria. But the day we arrive in parliament, Speaker Beba through parliament, Sadie, when the motion is moved for the bill to be passed, Sammy, a Danny number game, you know who would carry the day. And this, I mean, the American say, in as much as we are not happy with having to pay additional bills, and I mean, some of us have argued, this is quite a lazy way of widening your tax net or raising revenue. But I mean, it has come to stay. And so it is a matter of when 11 you pass it than if we are going to pass it. It is, I mean, we wait and see. But the American say, Simon, let the chips fall where they may.
Well, Ramon, you made your case. But maybe some a few questions. Say 1.75.
Sammy, answer now be you calculator. No, I just want to understand something. Town hall meetings, is it for sensitization or for dialogue?
Sensitization.
Okay.
You bet you. But it will give room for a questioner. Obviously, if it's a town hall meeting, yes, if it's a town hall meeting, it means that we are coming to meet the people. Whatever concerns they may have, we will address them. We will explain to them.
I'm asking because person who say a town hall meetings, now most of the concerns that come out, and you say, it be a yen to mean to ya, and I say, Monteso. Ombeba Parliament, Abe Castle, okay, a table, the Ayate and then after you debate some Passiana.
And I don't think so.
Okay.
But you better to me why you must accept for the 1.75 to come
Okay.
into being. That's what the town hall meeting is about.
Okay,
But the e-levy, I won't say some party. I've been doing a lot of thinking about it. I'm thinking about it serving the purpose of government meeting its revenue target. But I'm also thinking about it in the sense of the government's macroeconomic position with the introduction of the e-levy. Especially at a time we are being told, say, the benchmark value, has been suspended. But as to the time it will resurface, we don't know. Is there a possibility, and these are just questions I'm asking, say, is there a possibility, say, the 1.75 tax and our levy, would lead to increases in the price of goods, commodities in the country? Is there a possibility? If it is yes, then we must be concerned. Say, for instance, we'll be some ton adie no. When it's the profit margin and before the introduction of the e-levy was 5 Ghana cedis. Now, say when onipano or ton sadi krona no e-levy ni bemwa a percentage of that profit margin so tia e-levy na it means a 1.75 a chip in the profit ni be away. Let's say the person decides to say, or you okay, say in the 5 cedis that percentage is shipped away. Fair enough. But somebody who wants to maintain that 5 cedis profit, how would that person maintain that 5 cedis profit? Obayna didn't say what it is so. What it is what say a pen or ton, say a phone or ton, say a gari or ton, that price would go up. Maybe what?
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking about it in terms of the macroeconomic position of government. So prices ekosura. What does it lead to? Standard of living of the people. I don't know. 2, your inflation that you're concerned about, what would it do to inflation? At the time, you say government is trying very hard to say inflation, whatever form. I'm thinking about the young businessman away in the Juma. The platform is built on most of these social media platforms. Most of the transactions, Momo. Is there a possibility, say, and I know we've advanced this argument before, the gains we've made when it comes to electronic transaction, the comfort with which people are able to transact businesses using mobile money, is there a possibility, say, this 1.75 will chip away the gains we have made when it comes to an electronic transaction base I are building over a period? Is there a possibility this will chip it away? Is there a possibility, say, people would then begin to say, oh, see there, yeah, one-to-one transactions. Oh, Fatih, I didn't but see, sorry, question that, and share this kind of amount. Is there a possibility that people would be willing to wait to meet and perform their transactions? Now, someone was advancing an argument. My person will be no workers something. So may transfer 3,000 Ghana cedis their bound. Now say the component of the tax, around let's say 20 Ghana, 30 Ghana, 50 Ghana, plus the 1% which is already on neta. Never say could do 60 Ghana cedis. Now say may fat tro. Every baby I'm one at the Abana say cost in and out maybe 15 Ghana cedis.
How small be cry?
How small be? Would the person be willing say, we better key risk no? Afro trotro, I'm imagine 15 Ghana cedis. No, this cannot be oniano. No, that ain't no back now. These are things that I'm hoping that the Ministry of Finance would have read their minds to when they are going on this town hall meeting to explain to Ghanaians. Again, I am asking myself the question, say, I happen and you bet me in your Sasika with your free now. Your man, the World Bank has come to our aid. Remember, COVID-19. 2 billion be by some 100 billion be as so our honum. We accepted it as a nation. I'm asking, say, for most of it, we're paying about 0.5% interest over a period of 30 years. I debate here. at this point in time, we are being told, say, and no, say, I needed to pay somebody. Me too, any panic no. I transferred money from my account. And the good me so, and I'm a transfer the command panel. The bank, your charges. Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm doing that same transaction from a bank at the bar, you're charging me also. And it's will be increasing. How many people would now be willing to go to the banks to go and perform these transactions? What I'm saying is that as much as government may be bent on fulfilling its promises and its mandate to the people, I understand roads ought to be built, schools ought to be built, hospitals ought to be built. All those things have to be done. I understand. But I'm saying that at a time when the people are burdened this much, are there options? For instance, say, you bring a facility, yet you are over a period, for the time being now until that period, no, you will comfort enough for say, that burden which is on the people, no, will be lightened for them. Yes, it may be alone, but over what stretch? At what coupon rate and that's the interest rate and ye konyanwo. Seeing say the World Bank in giving us that 200 million or so at the time no new say COVID-19 aba enti obi awa hu hia mu enti they can't go with the same terms no more area no. Can we also take a look at that? Is that a possibility we can take a look at? Seeing say you need fiscal space to borrow. If we go to the bond market, rates are a high rate, which will be unfavorable to us, especially with the rating about B minus. I mean, I am hoping that we would have these frank conversations to ask ourselves legitimate questions to say, are these things that we should concern ourselves with? Look, the recent engagement of the finance minister with Ghanaians just last week, he made a point. At the initial stages, my reaction was that of the usual me. But upon sitting down and reflecting, I asked myself, say, can I fault the finance minister? Because I'm the one who's complaining about my road. I'm the one who's complaining about school baby infrastructure and yeah papa. Make Kumasi Accra road and yeah papa. I'm looking for stable power. I'm looking for me area makase because yankase fix ya quantity. I always ask myself, say, property rate, why should we pay? I'm the same person who sits here and raise all these concerns. But if I'm expecting these things to be done how is it to be done?
So when you leave Asemu. Sammy, somebody has been in government for 5 years. Taking all the loans, I bet me aji. Taking all the revenue, I bet me aji as a nation. Right, Sammy? It is only in the 5th year that Nipan Baba Kache say, e-levy is the solution. E-levy is the panacea.
When you are cutting other sources of revenue.
Yeah. You see, so that argument, in as much as the argument can be made, say, yeah, e-levy, say Nebeya will improve infrastructure, will improve hospital, will improve this. Nobody can tell me today, for me to believe, say, e-levy is the be all and end all. Just a panacea to all your problems about infrastructure wise. No. So you see, some explanation will come again because we've seen you as government have sika. How come you didn't invest in those roads at the time? How come you didn't invest in those hospitals at the time? How come you didn't invest in schools now? How come infrastructure? These are tangibles we can see, but suddenly, e-levy never solve the problem. You see, I mean, I make a choice. E-levy, whether we like it or not, for government to balance the books or attempt to balance the books, but if they want us to go into the argument of it is this e-levy that is going to solve your problems as far as we as a nation are concerned, I mean, you see, they shouldn't go on that tangent because well, mommy, Emma education
kakra sɛ ne nyina sensitization ni ne
I mean, who yes sensitization.
Take away kakra me minyae from the engagement with the finance minister.
Why only na engage?
David Mesro, me no engage. The last time me engage, you know. Me be say question be a response no. Enti me engage be. What say? E-levy will not be applicable to the following. Cumulative transfers of 100 Ghana cedis per day made by the same person. Cumulative transfers made by the same person. Into that 100 Ghana cedis threshold, no. Womo yesu emo womo say you no money be a send your tie send your muskano. Cumulatively, no. There's a threshold of 100 Ghana cedis.
We don't send 100 cedis mostly.
Transfers between accounts owned by the same person into UFAT, you register with MTN or register with
But why would I be transferring money to myself?
Well, sometimes we do.
For what?
Me to the beer me the free Vodafone eba MTN because
so that
could do baby one see one Vodafone.
Exactly. Eventually no one send their call out. So
yes, and you know, say me transfer free hanum say ya one more engine me.
Tell would you say we register with SIM card no?
Exactly. I'm ready to say wow.
So that is why you have to register.
Transfers for the payment of taxes, fees and charges on the Ghana government platform. Anti UTR tax into fees, charges on a platforms na platform friend Ghana.gov no omo electronic clearing of checks yento specified merchant payments, that is payments to commercial establishments registered with the GRA for income tax and VAT purposes yento enti mo amusu well say companies ye belese mo amusu so na me ko tua we say akọ double taxation any san no man nyina yes specific companies bi on ma wo mo ewo GRA sia wo mo tua mo income tax ne VAT purposes ni nyina no
na tua income tax.
Well one more say transfers between principal, master agent and agent account. I want them to say kakra minim I'm saying momo for na beti ase and so ewo honom. Now if you catch you say e-levy will be charged fully on the following: mobile money transfers between accounts on the same electronic money issuer. One better. Mobile money transfers from an account on one EMI to a recipient on another EMI. That's electronic money issuer. Transfer from bank accounts to mobile money accounts. Tienu ase no come back me. But my family already. Transfers from mobile money accounts to bank accounts. Bank transfers on a digital platform or application which originate from a bank account belonging to an individual to another individual. So you see, and then maybe some question say the creativity, the effort at the digitization drive, are we not virtually crippling it with this e-levy? Because look, the number of people who do transactions from their accounts to their mobile money, you have no idea.
That's true. That's true.
You have no idea the number of people who daily are transferring money from one account to make payments to people. But when you saw transferred 5,000, 10,000 a free in account, now Obertino, I get 1.75.
Don't do it.
He would rather walk to the bank and remove the money. The bank spent money in building these platforms for their customers to use. It renders this virtually useless. What did I say?
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying that, look, let's have an open, frank conversation about this e-levy. So that we will know, say, in the end, is it benefiting us in terms of our macroeconomic drive? Yes, you may get the money, revenue you may raise, but it will affect your macroeconomic indicators.
Sami chemi bibi kakra. Me come a favorite restaurant, ewa Accra. Na me kudidi. Na bill no mo de bread no. Me hu VAT component wo. Charging na me so momo na me ditia. Na e bia bill ni e be say 350 cedis. Me tia 1.75 na bebe.
Ebebe. Yes, everybody.
So no double taxation as na you can.
Marine Honorable Sheila Battles in Ninkomo. Na or MP for Ablekuma North constituency na in Ninkomo. She might know more about a town hall meetings here because no and what we should expect. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning. Mechi amunyina mo studio any mutiefo nyina especially Ablekuma North for ATM.
Na I'm to say Afishapa. Honorable, town hall meetings you see a sensitization program. Pacho na such ni aim ni saying.
Before I make town hall assembly, me pacho let me correct misconception and misinformation o panelist o kata no.
Okay.
Or this figure.
Okay.
No kata say me ko na me kwa kota dia and I said me ko kutia meta bia na me de me mobile money ni chia you better charge me 1.75 aka ho no mesre say aban the exemptions be aka ho na exemptions no any say merchant bia wa register for VAT wo wotia e family say VAT any or charge VAT any child taxes no those merchants may exempted from charging 1.75 no. Enti yemfa ne say wakwa kotua wakwa koto ade wo Melcom na ono otua taxes ne dada o charge taxes ne wo eniama o charge wo na aban insan charge wo another 1.75 wo so. Merchant charges are exempt from the e-levy. Let's say we correct that one.
Okay, Twaso.
I was going to go to
now before I be proceeding, I'm trying to get where the misconception is coming from because I read it here. Say specified merchant payments, that is payments to commercial establishments registered with the GRA for income tax and VAT purposes. No, it will not be applicable to them. And
that is what I'm saying.
Yes, and I don't know where would have said the opposite rather.
In fact, no, say first of eGov, any payments to government entities biano, it is exempt from being charged the e-levy. And any charges say because what I heard was say na because we use mobile money and so now we start to put here another 1.75. If you know my person me correct say who your friend is shop and I say merchant to her with your VAT and income tax we don't charge you 1.75 ahead because the situation one more electronic channels na no and some another car and farm out. Okay, that is the misconception I wanted to correct.
All right. Now,
but say you share the kind of misinformation I call out as you say no nipa dom womuti 11 ne kra na die bufu aba I think say we as a caucus I agree say we have to do more in engaging the public. Say omobeti 11 assist. No more who baby as a country no we have come from because yepi baby any dear baby do her. And ya necessity say you better charge bibia ebeboa specifically with the 2022 budget. Because we sure the diani fee so you started even from NCA 2016. You sure economy na nam kwan so a grow doing very well. You fan say you buying your family governance no in 2016. Now your growth now your GDP growth 3.4. And no say if sikabuma yen na nyama yeton isika yen from hifania government is spending your individual is spending your business is spending ni nyina wo di bomu a na baby aye wo no we hu amount na ye nya no wo share from there 2016 now you were 3.4%. That's how we were growing every as of 2016. By the time I do 2019 before COVID, now we were growing at 7%. We had grown the economy, over 2 times what we inherited. We share if the interest charges, we share if anything inflation. We had brought inflation down to single digits from double digits. Inherited. We share the way now the economy was booming, your balance of payments, and we're going upward. We were doing so well as a country. BBC. Na saa dia no ye koswa na ye yi to nchen ka se enye bibia ye sigida o COVID ba ya ka COVID ba se na me no ye da so shaman we mo studio mu nya mo shaman o shaman ka na say there's still something happening ta COVID ya esi ye e ba ye na ye hu, and because of the prudent measures His Excellency ni na ba ye de to dwa and she shaya ye de to ho investments are collectively as a country. We enya me bottom sika na me ne wo sika na nka ye de be bibi that year no be kaya 2020 ye can say ye ba be year of roads into that year me ye need that so say a lot of the infrastructure roads are a what amemu ye nyina ye complaining about it and ye establish mu aye road pa now so we ever crossing ye no let's say ye dey no to nchen kakra na ye share our health as human beings say me kaisa president my statement this ade ontimi nye ne say obeyi nipa if you woman na say raise nipa from the dead na mom na ebe ne say ebe bo nipa ho bai. So we did everything that was necessary to protect life, and that was Osha. Over time, up till now, we've spent over 18 billion cedis in just interventions regarding COVID. Which one which year, even that year, globally, growth rate in 2020, it was at negative 3.1. But Ghana, we experienced a growth of 0.4 in that year. So if we are not giving ourselves credit as a country, I don't understand why. It's like we don't see what is positive about our country and speak well of our country, because it is a collective thing as Ghanaians we are achieving.
All right.
To be proud of it.
But maybe some question you. Now, if I go back to the question about specified merchant, one more, it's your more income tax, VAT, Now, maybe being a member of the committee, do we have an idea the database of one more any GRA for any books in terms of one more taxes, no more one more entry or more, so as to know, say, ABR, maybe like 60-70% of these merchants, one more a commitment to government, one more enye, and 30%, one more area, so that you will know, say, of this, you are expecting, say, 1.75, 30% in a year, and you are moving your free ho.
GRA, they are doing whatever they need to do to be able to get mineral taxes. What cost most of the shops are? No more display or more tax, certificate. So share one more taxes if you want. We would agree, say most of them, Greater Accra is where we are doing well. Outside of Greater Accra, we are not doing so well. And the focus, which is one of the key things we share about Sampa Ghana Cares, we have specified that we are spending a lot in the digitalization of our economy. Now, most of these is to ensure, say, you and I, who they say, it seems we seem to be overburdened with taxes, the tax spread, equal out into almost every merchant, every hawker, everyone who is doing trading, even on the internet, exchange, Nasika exchanging, there shall be a component that goes into the coffers of the country. This is a process GRA is investing heavily into. Which are your budget this year? GRA investing heavily into the digitalization of all processes. Every single transaction that happens over time, over the period, they will be able to account and then be able to take taxes from it. Because it is in doing these things, and they reduce the burden on you and I. As I say, you formal sector. To me, accounting for at the end of the year, and you to me digital taxes were honor.
All right,
but that burden will be relieved when there are more people. They say Ghana card, waji. Someone will say we are expediting. Why are we expediting all these things? By the end of the year, if we've got everybody on Ghana card, everybody's SIM is registered. Obia is now in the system. What I say? One file with taxes crown. I buy the chop wama. Now which you send your babyano. If you're baby no, it will reduce because now more people will be contributing to their income tax, and then they will be contributing on and the other taxes are we don't have to introduce new things. But we just need more people to come on board, especially merchants and especially businesses who are not currently contributing to the national kitty.
The point about the spread of taxes, and usually Rebecca so and woman hawkers in a car for Ninano, Yeberupi in. Is that not where the threshold of 100 Ghana cedis, cumulatively a day, and that's a 3,000 at the end of the month, is that not where it comes in to rescue these same people that we seek to target?
No matter what you do, there's always consideration for the vulnerable. What I say now, and no, you're different from you will trade. Now you tax. In my municipality. Kaya ye ni ade nyina omo tetua omo nto boa 1 cedi 2 cedi a day no that small money no assembly no ejeje all of those things ne digitalization na say ye ba be ye no say na be assembly so ebenya star omo so de be ye gases ni roads ni ade a e in the municipality no ye ka send this car from obi below threshold of 100 cedis ye and charge your friend is saying mobile money tax, and say person to person transactions, But in terms of tax collection, once I watch you Ghana card, number that was on better than it 10. At the end of every period, tax as say which you know, because no na yebenya ni aye here ye that development, Tanya beya me know ye home high.
Mama Shila, I better was an opace, Ojimbe, now near Dinkomo, Ojimedian so.
Yo, Mr. that.
Yo, I tell for any actual phone at the phone, Mama Shila, Patels, Honorable, any no Eddie and Commano, watch it today, government, and Niso Adinhuno, TNT and Waku here, say, I was CCK, Yaji, Abayjuma, I was a Koso. Na ever Koso, so dear, na I was at Ghana, ni, so we was said there. Say obetua or tax 1.75. Some idea may assure say you bet me a be on full lines no idea two more.
For the avoidance of doubt, I asked for clarification on the double taxation matter. So I'm a busy say Temokoto and the mame VAT invoice 1.75 be apply now. That was a question I asked. And based on Chichimo or the buy, I need your kind, I think, say, if some particular Nipana meto and they want to honor, or China tax is not registered with GRA in Nema, it means that 1.75 doesn't apply. But I'm hoping, say, when 1.75 you kickstart here, all those companies are, you name say, or more exemption, no. Or make display or kɛseɛ ɛyɛ ho sɛ me a mekɔ bi a shop A sɛ mekɔtɔ adeɛ no menu sɛ aha deɛ 1.75 exempt nti in the event where me pɛsɛ me de me mumu ɛyɛ transaction na metua na yɛ bi a ɔmo kɔte me a na ways a me de bɛkɔ akɔ file for returns no me so mehu kwan a mefa so ɛnyɛ saa I mean people will think say oh because not everybody who gives you a VAT invoice and you register with GRA ebi mo to meet the tax but they don't pay until clarity I say clarity to me if the list of such companies will be published to by GRA if udruha indication do clearly 1.75 exempt so I mean all those things no I say to me share na any year and yes sir so I mean obi perception is I will not use Momo to pay when I even go and shop because you're betting me 1.75 use until as part of sensitization no I say Momo say there's still a juma on the ground as far as baby ever could digital Momo no are you concerned but I mean 1.75 need here na say on the ever can later
yo you can later there na you done it over you back you be phone lines now to now so afraid anyway didn't come on. And welcome back. We have 15 minutes before the show comes to an end. Then I'm on man. We party be the Burkina Faso for no more coup d'etat no. Suja for no more captain no. Now, what if you listen to me and also Sammy? What do you think about the coup? I'm saying, what kind of question is that? Coup has happened somewhere. Ask me what do I think about?
Who can plan this no?
Mr. I'm saying about you. We can't question be that. Also. How about if they smoking tree?
Burkina Faso for no.
Like I want to say. Anyway, I'm up for that on a lighter note. But somebody be phone lines now to you 15 minutes. And the overall friend, but you're no friend, you know, Eddie in South Wall.
I mean, soldiers now mo general captain you know. Na just say we are heroes.
Well, in the context of the issues
but has the president been found?
Oh, yes. You are resigning. Omuma no resigning.
Call a bill Hamani. Say hello, good morning.
Good morning, the three parties.
Yeah, Charlie saying.
Yami Admo.
Yeah. Yanko, me beside you, the Yanko.
I would have been beside my Chamiri.
Yanko.
Chiami wife Fatty.
Yanko.
Indeed. That Judah.
Yeah.
Chairman of Power.
You.
Judah offer honorable Sheila Bates. Any D11 common.
Yeah.
Now I hold in this senior Bani Bayer, but Juma away Brono so. Who share honorable Sheila Bates now buying. I just any sketch and buy a mabina, and so no be any wow, you buy. Alatuga.
What's it?
Me say honorable Sheila Bates now buying buy.
Yeti energy sector levy, me boy, Yanti.
Me say now buying any sketch and buy bia.
And then maybe say Yanti energy sector levy. Esla.
Yeti energy sector levy.
Good.
Eddie again.
Yeah, they solve the energy crisis.
The energy crisis, yes, solve it.
Yeah, solve it.
And the other not Tintina say, young brand and some bitches come from fire rules.
Your crisis and I see any crisis.
Crisis and the way.
COVID-19 and the high.
You buy a chase, Cascanaway.
Minims Kakra, which I own your dear, me, Yamidi.
RPFM Edoneti and my president. Other institutions Edoneti and my president.
Ah.
Yes, your money for back your friends, a more 1 pack, 1 million.
Mr. I know, sir, you may be saying it on a lighter note, but Happy FM has not donated to any.
Okay, Happy FM and donate. You're film. Other institutions, you donate, Pentecostal, your friends, class master, but one can be a donate. That's kind of way. Yeah, a more 1 pack, 1 million, and Cobranese, a more take away at 40 pesos. You see 1 pack here, 1 million, every book walk with our mouth with me. That's kind of way. Tuga, you come anymore, your friends say, sir, ye live Yasma Yakaya, I say, Omonia in India, Chichina say, yeah, the box site, Eddie, my grand mama, and the box site, the film, some say, yeah, the command China for you to be a net, I be your fine now, and I decided to catch it. Last time,
Media, baby, we questions are for me from India. Me nimsen is it here into the twice.
Ah, who your mother the box at come out China for 2 billion. Say best and audio road. Now no ma we.
You.
Sammy.
Better
who watching?
Me come boso asemo. Enti obi antimi nka me kasa bo anhye me yem. Enya wo na betimi aka kire me say me ntimi nka masman pese me ka. Better say more politics now. If you are speaking the facts, you speak to the facts. But when you are doing your politics, you can do your politics without soliciting views from me. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yes, sir. Wisdom clothing.
Apo man.
But we had the media announcement.
Yeah, me adumo.
Yanko.
Me say mo pa baba ko kam ho na obi aba o person o wale sister party by force.
Sir.
Mo pa baba ko kam. And sister party so wale e dia this year on wale na obi amfa na no ntu ni so.
Sir. So betimi ada ofie na do wano ato no so mebo a.
Ba honhom no bia na ye adwuma.
Dabi enya adwuma ha no ye de Holy Ghost na ye adwuma ha.
Ah, okay.
Yanko.
On my way mo brasami. Say ya ye team my no mo ye so a. Ye nuanu mo a ya ma mo chance say o mo nkotena no mo bua ye na ye hwe my no so na ye so mo nti. Ebinumu ya nyasom ebinumu so anyasen ye sebi o ebia emufie na ye no mo akopie bebi o mo apie na sebi onye so mo nim nyansa chen ye bebre saa o eti ye sre se ye sun se niam o mo di chichiri ye kon no ye bra o mo ntie because niam bebre wo hon mo obo se ya ye bra no ya na esan hwe o mo me pa cho ministers say o man ni ma o mo petro me boa. So my no tia o mo light bill.
Dabi me kaya yesesa o mo de na eye na prepay system ni bi se me kaya ya.
Ba me sure say onu krapo ye wo ho allowance bi o mo bedidi.
O ye sure me so me nya sure.
Yo. Say o mo tia light bill na ye to petrol mo krapo na o mo ka so mo fi akokuma se a petrol galo ahin no mo beto na galo esen eti yesre se yesuso mani edin no mo di bibi ba betichiri e kon a yesre mo aso mo ntie because ye wo ma ye be hwe mo adachi so mo ni ko a o mo ba be diro mo anan mu eti yesre mo ntie me dasi
we mo oti argument na papa na ye no see more accommodation ya more bodyguard ya more police ya more car ya more petrol.
Yeah.
You tell car. The more allowance is a home. Over there, I saw him beating you super.
Of course. Not to me super.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm sure you didn't be afraid free.
But sure, the friend is Steven, because they're free Pachaman.
Steven, oh boy, see me there, papa.
Yeah.
Yanko.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't say, Honorable Shalabatesh. Afraid, and I'm afraid I'm needing to more about 11.
Yep.
11 na ebanu. Did say, "Your dream can I had them from Bejatu." Now, so it's straight applying state. Washman, young quantum bonus, Inti. Somebody just nothing. I'm not the input to Jumana. Honorable Shalabates. Unto me, no shop Ashaman. Any streets are cacan. No may mine, near bread. But I want to see.
Medals and I pay 0244 885140 and 054. 0549508687. Now, yeah.
Government projection, no. I know so beji wo 11, this year.
Oh, I'm going to be 7 billion.
7 billion Ghana cedis.
Yeah. Around 6.97 billion there about.
Sammy.
Yeah.
What I'm saying 2020. Auditor General's Department. Like I said, Ghana lost 12.8 billion Ghana cedis due to infractions and other irregularities committed by statutory institutions.
Hold. I don't know. Hold you on to it for a second, maybe. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Ima.
Ato Hamza.
Na bibi aboko.
Na me gusto.
Yenko.
Na.
Ima ola ni mu nti o.
Brasa me.
Yeah, Ima.
Yeah, Ato Hamza ni.
Okay, Ato Yanko.
Me patrol one. Ghana card na ye no. My problem is me 2020. My immediate 2020 up to now no me sanka me Ghana card here. And I'm told at the same time no so no omoba block system. Wa unye odiene. And mako ohosa me kwa koje omode me as a match. So match no omode me as no. Ombe then ombe block me. And how is it going? I don't understand the government. Purposely of why a Ghana card mako me kwa koje from 2020 me sanka me card up to now. Now workers now what for so munya Ghana card no. What's the essence of so we employ workers in so munya Ghana card Emma Timemufo. Sometimes you wanna ye kasa omu fisi bia yesu ye wo ha ye ntumi nkasa. Ye go kromuti ne ye de omu call parliament wo. Ye go kromuti ne ye de omu call parliament wo. Ye ko so lie. Trust me brother me lusu me job say me ko to aba a me ye late e we jumi. Me lusu me job. But all the same no. I'm still standing on my feet. It's a 11 no mo dey ba no. So omo be bibia fon wa omo nye bibi enfan fan e maye. Na it's too much. It's too much. Somebody be biafan omunye bibi enfan fan ho man. By Raymond kache no, se na ya okana okachia no. Ebubo na ye wa ha obesa betena radio no so esu a kire.
That's an pay self for na ba jumidi. Nene Raymond why there?
Nka bibia. Oh,
em say
sabe. O de yeah. Sabe. Me say Auditor General say 12.8 billion Ghana cedis was lost due to infractions and irregularities committed by statutory institutions in 2020. Sammy, huge chunk a year attributed to outstanding debts and challenges in retrieving loans from debtors. A year 10 billion Ghana cedis. Sammy, a call. And you see, Auditor General no, the recommendation, Mame find the conclusion of this matter. Or say, I therefore urge management of public boards, corporations, and other statutory institutions to strengthen supervisory controls over their finance offices and ensure that they adhere to the provisions of the Public Financial Management Act 2016, Act 921. I also recommend the authentication of all payment vouchers, prompt payment to banks, and full retirement of accountable interest on due dates. So as a nation, we can afford to lose 12.8 million through irregularities of statutory institutions. But we are ready to ask Ghanaians to pay 7 billion Ghana cedis through Momo tax. This is the economy of Ghana. This is their governance. This is what we are dealing with. You see, government after government, sir, financial statutory institutions way. Almost financial law. Sika courts. Sika yeah. But nobody is ready to chase Sikano. But every time there's a problem, they shift the burden onto the citizens. And you're one government, successive governments. So explanations are ever. So justifications are ever for 11. But really, should we be crying? Should we be begging people practically to accept Mutia 11? If the system no jumana, should we be begging people? If the people have good roads, if the people have electricity, if the people have access to health care facilities in Yama, transport systems. You won't beg anybody. You won't have to go to do town hall meeting for people to understand. Say Mutia 11. No.
Well, if I see ya, you